Now, just so you know, sir, everything that's on the screen is on the screen. And we're live. It's on you, so get it started. No. He was ready to go.
Everything you see on the screen
is on the screen. You know what I'm saying? Action, nigga.
No. You was live.
You gonna have to go and do this. Go on get that done. You're gonna have to go on and intro us now. That's gonna be on you. We're gonna need you to go and do it now.
Man, we back here, man. Once again, man. Tommy, Captain's already y'all in the building. You know what I mean? Captain Carter's me. They can put me in the hot seat. You know what I'm saying? I'm working the buttons over there. You feel me? Tommy, man, we back again, man, for a hell of a podcast interview. Always a good time coming. Appreciate you having me again. Always a pleasure rolling with Cap, man. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Let's get it. So what we going into?
That's what I like. All right, he did a good job.
Good.
Yeah, it was
pretty solid. I can't even hate. I mean, but he used to talk. You know, he's an MC. He hosting the All Black Party coming up April 11th.
Tell him about it.
The Atrium. So at the Atrium, April 11th, ISBK will be having our 3rd annual All Black Party. It's a party where you can actually come. You ain't got to worry about too many 304s per se. You ain't got to worry about getting shot, no fighting, and you can have a good time. So we're gonna drink, have brotherhood, play music, dance. The brothers perform, the singers perform, and so it's a good time. This is the 3rd one we had. The last one last year was in North Carolina. This year it's in Atlanta at the Atrium. We got a sister named China Monet that's gonna perform. She got a song called "I Cook, I Clean, I Fuck, I Shut Up." It don't get no better than that. It don't. Then we got I believe Pastor Troy is performing as well as other UPK artists, and we got the one and only Tommy gonna pull up in the Corvette. We're gonna film him pulling up in the Corvette. He gonna grace us with his presence and stuff. So it's gonna be a good time. I didn't know if you wanted to add anything else to it. Well, once again, man, I want to say big up to Commander Jerry and Hannah, man. You know what I'm saying? He put it all together. You know what I'm saying? For the All Black Party, it's gonna be, I don't know if you said it's gonna be at the Atrium. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's gonna be at the Atrium, April 11th, going all the way from 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be a hell of a party. Like you said, you gotta worry about nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's an IHBK event. Blacks, Hispanic, Native American, Indians, man, pull up.
Definitely. And I like the fact that you said it won't be too many 304s, but that lets me know there will be some. You can't. No, I'm not gonna let you take that back. You said too many. You didn't say none, and because if you'd have said there will be none, I wouldn't have been there.
It'll be some good single sisters there. There won't be 304s, but they'll be single.
All right. Well, look, that's all we need. That is all we need.
Single, not 304s.
Yeah, I mean.
Look. Listen, Tommy,
I understand
now because he's gonna get on a black woman, but he want 304s there.
No, I don't want a lot of them. You need some.
No, man.
Oh, why don't you need some? Come on.
Okay, what's the phrase they got? You want a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed.
Yes.
So that single woman, she can be your heart's desire in the bedroom, but when she outside, you don't want her to be every other man's heart's desire.
Oh no, that's why I said it. We need but if we in that event, we're gonna need to know that. I'm gonna need to know this is a whole. This is at the event. If now we go to the street, no. This is encapsulated. Right. When you get in that event, yeah. So in there, we all just trying to get. It's so a private affair.
Righteous sister, right? That's gonna know that. So she's gonna know I'm gonna be righteous outside. And
when we leave this club, she's gonna be righteous.
Yes.
But at this Atrium,
no, nigga, no.
What? Come on.
Atrium, she gonna be righteous too.
No.
Yeah, then you gonna fall in love with that righteous sister. And then when y'all get home, let's say y'all get home, y'all get to the point of marriage, y'all get home, and then you're gonna find out it's better to get a righteous sister than a 304.
I mean, I don't know about all. I mean, yeah. Yeah, okay, so it's over there broadcasting. Okay. Just wanted to make sure we're broadcasting right there. And we got it up down on the screen as well. You can control it over there on your phone, right? I just wanted to make sure we can see it.
Control what?
Like what you're seeing or whatnot. So you look on it because I'm gonna have to do the same thing, but we'll go over there and check in on them every now and again and see what they're doing over on that one and on that one. Already Jimmy Johnson threw a $5 at me. Thank you, Jimmy E. Johnson. He always show love. Jimmy Johnson getting it started. And y'all make sure y'all follow all the brothers. I'm going to make sure that we have the links to each and every one of everybody on the panel, their social media, because the whole reason we do this is we want all of our audience to be able to interact with each other. And like you said, you might be able to find you a good woman via the comment section. I mean, look, you act like it ain't no 304s that watch you.
It might be a couple.
It might be. Might be.
It might. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. We did this show a couple of days ago. Me and the Cod, man, we did this show. It was like a panel of women, and there was one woman, boy. Good night. I mean, she had 4 niggas tattooed on her.
You got dog.
4 niggas. He was saying the women got to have a whole phase. She was in support of the whole phase.
See,
and then I asked, I said, "What's the longest relationship you've been in?" She said 5. She said, "But I ain't getting him tattooed." I said, "Oh, the nigga that was with you 5 years, he can't get a tattoo, but the nigga you've been with like 6 months can get the tattoo."
I remember I asked a woman that question. I should have never asked that question. I said, "What's the longest relationship you've been in?" Mm-hmm. You know what she said? What? 9 inches. I don't want to listen to that. I said, lady, that is not what I meant. That is not what I meant. Fucking stupid, yo. God, dog. You gotta watch what you ask some people.
You do.
God, dog. Your words, man.
You found that out.
Yeah, I did.
You definitely found that
out. I remember asking. I've done a few stupid. You know, sometimes you're on the first day, you ask a woman a stupid thing you don't know.
Right.
I don't know. You ever been in a gangbang? Why a couple? I was hoping she would say no. I thought it was a layup question. She said a couple.
But see, that's a good strike. So you know what? You walked away, right?
Why are we in my business? I have no idea.
I'm just asking the question.
When did the show become a personal attack?
I'm just asking, like, when she said that, was that like the end of the date? Like, check please, or like what happened?
Well, no, I did. I told the guy, I was like, look, you know, give me the check, because we don't need to be eating. We going straight to the hotel. If you've done this, why am I at this table with you trying to wine and dine? I need to get from behind. Look, why? Look, hey, tell me if I'm lying. Sometimes it's a good thing to know exactly what kind of job you're working. This is a seasonal job. Don't be going in there trying to get a full-time job out of this. They're going to fire you in February.
That's why it's good to come to the all-black party. There'll be no gangbang women there. There'll be no hoes there. That was a good segue to promote the all-black party. April 11th at the Atrium.
Oh, it's a bad segue to let you know what kind of chicks I've been dealing with. I did. That's why he talked like he talked.
All-black party. We're going to get you right.
Okay, all right.
Right at the all-black party. Tommy don't be all the way wrong about the black woman. No, he can't say he's all the way wrong about the black woman. You can't say he's all the way wrong about the black man. I think we got a lot of problems that need fixing. Mm-hmm. You got my way of talking, you got Tommy's way of talking, and you really got to find a way to work both. You like, because the same way they give you vitriol for what you say, black women give us the same vitriol for what we say. And we love black women. Not to say Tommy don't, but like we say it in a way to where if you actually could listen through all the you ain't shit because you ain't shit, you can actually learn something.
Yep.
Because when we go into these, I guarantee you can pay attention at this one. We got episodes, we got topics where we're going to be talking about black men and how they got to get corrected. And when you look in the chat, ain't nobody going to say nothing.
They ain't going to say we hate our daddy.
They ain't going to say we hate our daddies. They ain't going to say you hate black men. They going to say it's about time. Talk about them. They got to do this. They got to do that. And then when we say the black woman has to do anything, why are you always talking about black women? Why are you doing this? You must ain't got no woman. You must don't. So it's the typical vitriol. But if you can get past all of that, you can get corrected.
And today, one of them days, ladies and gentlemen, because we are actually going to be speaking a lot about black men, mm-hmm. The things that they're going through and the things that they're putting out into the world. Right. I just want to shout out to YouTube. I have no idea what was going on, but somebody told me check on YouTube. And I looked on YouTube and I saw it was a whole bunch of people doing reviews of my interview of Dr. Umar Johnson's daughter. Now, when I first heard her come out, I thought that's probably not his real daughter.
Right. I did too. I thought it was not his real daughter. I thought it was like somebody directly clout chasing, just saying it's the daughter. And you kind of got to look at that because there's a lot of stuff you'll see, and then you find out later like it's AI or it's staged. Like I saw this one where this woman said she was selling her boy's PS3. Wasn't sure if that was staged or real.
Yeah.
Because sometimes because it's filming, you got to think. Sometimes I think when I see stuff online, I be like, okay, why would they film this? Like, why would they cut the camera on for this? Now, sometimes it's legit, sometimes it's not. So I thought the same thing when it came to Umar Johnson's daughter. I thought it was something that wasn't real at first, and then Umar responded to it. So now we know that it's real. But I ain't want to cut you out.
No. You are 100% correct. Mm-hmm. And you brought up something that I hate, that we even live in a world like that. Mm-hmm. And I want to say shout out to Dre Dream and shout out to Little Rock for throwing a couple pieces into the pot. I want to say this. I never thought about it like that until you said it, and then it made me sad. Because I'd say 80% of the shit we see online now is AI or fake.
Yeah.
It's some damn skit somebody done made up.
Yeah.
It's like you can't trust any of that. But what makes me sad, I don't know if you see it, is that a lot of black women are willing to put themselves in skits that make them look negative.
Right.
The skit of the black woman going into the Walmart, kicking the baby stroller from the man. You could tell it was a skit because how in the hell the microphone get that close to them?
Right.
But why would she sign up for that? Isn't that from the definition of what cooning is? I was wondering when you gonna break that open, nigga. I'm sitting up there. I realized I was an alcoholic at that point because I was like, when this nigga gonna open this damn ball? Open up this bottle, man. Quit playing. These people like, what we trying to make these niggas wait? Yes, I do. I ain't even lying. I was sitting up here thinking, when is he gonna open up that bottle? I need help. At the end of the show, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna put an 800 number down. Alcoholics Anonymous, niggas. We gonna put it down now. I'm apparently I need it. Yes. Yeah. If you need help, go ahead. But and now tell them what this is, because it got legs on it, so it might be a little sweet.
This is Henny White. It's actually pretty good. You really couldn't get this in America. You can only get this from like Dominican Republic had it and stuff like that. So it's not that bad. This is probably the only Henny that I'll drink today. I don't like the regular Henny anymore. Henny Black is okay in the VSOP, but I do like this one. I haven't had it in a long time. So when I was at the store today, when I saw it, I said, I ain't had that. Let me and Tommy try it out again. I ain't drunk it in a while. So that's what made me.
Well, it's good stuff. I'll let y'all know. They have not sponsored us yet. Mm-hmm. Hopefully they will. But it's actually pretty good stuff. Mm-hmm. It's got a little bite to it, but
yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. So
you'll have a hell of a show now.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. Like by the second one of these.
Yeah.
Why we here?
What are we talking about? We're not gonna get us right. We're gonna be like, hey, what we supposed to be talking about right now? Please get us right, brother. Please.
And nigga just out of the blue gonna turn around. Oh, it ain't real. I thought that was water. You ever seen them videos of them people wearing them virtual reality glasses, and apparently it gets so good that
the VR glasses, and you're supposed to be set up with some type of circular thing that moves when you walk, but they be playing with it walking through the house, knocking shit down and hitting people and shit like that.
I saw a nigga legit jump at his TV. Ain't knocking out the wall. I was dead. I said that's why I have not gotten into them glasses. I won't do it. But when you look at what happened with that, and all you niggas that swore up and down that I suck because I ain't on YouTube and y'all on YouTube and everybody forgot about me. I have no idea how I went viral on YouTube and y'all was talking about my interview. So they even had
so they helping you go viral.
Right. They had Mr. Busty Bush talking about my interview. And then all y'all niggas was talking about my interview, but found a way to talk shit about me during the thing in which I was not wrong. Now, you and I talked about this before. Yeah. But I want to get your opinion now that you've let it digest, because you told me something happened that I didn't even know had happened, that he's continued his...
Yeah, he's continued. I actually, if you can actually pull it. So what I saw, I got the most recent one we're gonna play. But before that, he had did a live like maybe Monday or Tuesday, and in that live, he stated how. Well, first of all, I want to say he has whoever his PR team is
they need to be fired.
His PR team, somebody, nobody don't love Umar, because if they loved Umar, they would tell Umar to stop talking.
His PR team is the same people who helped Joy Reid get that hairdo. Went too far.
Joy Reid the one lost the show, right?
Yeah, the same people. They're the same people. Sometimes people don't love you.
And the reason why I say that, because Umar was really in control. Like as long as the daughter was just doing all that talking, even if Umar don't respond, but just if he would have just said something simple as, "That's my daughter."
Is that it?
Yep.
That's it.
Oh no, keep going down. Wait, was that it? No, keep going down. I think it might.
Is it this?
No, because now that Instagram one.
Okay, got it. Now go ahead.
So when she was just talking, all Umar had to say was, "That's my daughter. I'm having issues with the baby mama. She didn't let me see him. The truth to come out." Something like that.
Yep.
But what he's doing now, so what he did a couple of days ago was he said what he's found out is that this is a case of his 2 baby mamas now. Now he's giving up too much information because now he's saying how the 2 baby mamas is now tag teaming to be against him, because he said they was jealous of him putting videos of other women on his page. And I'm thinking to myself, one is 13, one is 22, according to what we know. So they've seen him
do this plenty of years.
Yeah, do this plenty of years. So why is this the time? And I just thought that was a bad strategy to take, because if this is a genuine case of
they fucking with me,
they kept the kids from him while he tried to see the kids. What Umar Johnson really could have done, and what Aisha BK does, is we champion black fathers that want to be in their kids' lives but get prevented by the angry black mother or by the bitter black mother. We all know stories of black women that use child support as a weapon, use child support as a tool. Like, I was talking to this brother the other day, and he's telling me that him and his wife divorced. A part of the divorce proceedings, he had another woman. I guess she found out about the woman and divorced him. And she was able to put in the divorce proceedings that if he has another woman, the children can't stay overnight if there's a woman in that house. So he's asking me, is it okay if he can get another house? So that way, when his kids come over, they can stay at that house, because they can't stay overnight with his woman because she's angry. But so I asked him, I said, well, what if she gets another man?
Right.
If she get another man, can the kids come around? He said, that's not in the stipulation. And so we all know these stories. So once Umar made it about they're doing this because they're jealous of my popularity, it's taken away, because these kids are 13 and 22.
And he's been popular for a minute.
Right, for a long time. And so in the audio we're about to play now, he done gave the woman an ultimatum. He done told this woman, you got 2 weeks.
He gave a 2-week notice.
And I'm gonna say, if Umar is right about them keeping them kids away, it'll be a victory for him, because he could say, I'm trying to fix the black homes, but the black mother is against me.
Yes.
But that better be what it is. Because if them women come out with something contrary, it's going to make it look bad. Because he's expecting us to believe him.
Well, it's already looking bad, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
His PR team should have told him to shut up. His best thing is, this is one girl, let her talk, because if there's some truth in what she's saying, more will come. Yeah. It's just like Puffy and Cassie.
Right.
All it took was that one domino to fall, and the world came out.
Because listen, speaking of Puffy, not to sidebar subject, but so far, that case is working in his favor.
Yeah.
Nobody want to accept that, because we're not seeing criminal acts. We're seeing nastiness, like from the baby oil to the gay sex to the orgies, but we're not seeing nothing of evidence where it's Diddy forcing them or else.
And I want to say this, and like you said, sidebar. I want to sidebar some more. Mm-hmm. because I got to take up for my black men. That was part of why we were looking skeptical at what Dr. Umar Johnson was going through, because it didn't matter that we, because we don't matter. We had idealistic differences in some cases with him. He's still a black man, and we're not going to railroad him so we can get rid of the competition.
Yeah, I've
never believed in that.
And when I say I'm not going to be a woman, women railroad black men regardless. It doesn't even matter. Take it off of Umar Johnson. You got Anthony Edwards, who black people, especially black women, are vilifying because he don't want nothing to do with this child. And then you got DDG, a rapper who wants to be in and is fighting to be in his child's life, and they're ridiculing him for even fighting to be in the child's life. So when I'm saying I don't want to be a black woman, black women don't really care about
you can't win.
Men generally. You damn near can't win. So that's why at the surface level, we want to hear the truth of this matter. And if it's like that, that's a representation of what the average black man who's not Umar Johnson goes through. The average black man is going through child support pains where people argue that child support is about the child. It's not about the child.
Nope.
Shahrazad Ali, who's a woman, said, money doesn't raise a kid. It just takes care of a bill. Raising a kid is a father being in that life. You can see tons of kids that are financially taken care of and still messed up mentally in the world. Look at Willow Smith. Look at them kids. Them kids, he came to the Oscars with a TV on his head.
No. I'm not gonna let you disparage my man. That was not a TV, sir. That was a castle.
I'll tell you my God. He came.
That was an entire house.
He had a whole house with his head out the door. Hello.
Bro, answered the door and everything. What you know?
And they I'm sorry, I don't get it. So Umar, like in this video we're gonna play, like somebody need to tell Umar, like there's always a certain level of ego that we all have to have. But there's a line that draws between ego and supreme narcissism, to where you can think you could just get in front of the camera and just say everything.
Look at your boy Kareem. He put up a whole castle.
Yeah. It's a difference because Umar is speaking like because people love somebody. When you love somebody, no matter what they do, you're going to say something to defend. You're going to find some way to defend what they're doing. And so Umar's saying anything, but the strategy he's taking is just not good. When we play this audio, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about.
And just to finish that sidebar, you brought up Puffy and his case, and you're saying, hey, look like he might be getting the advantage on this.
Right.
If you think about it, they didn't do Epstein like they did R. Kelly and Puffy. Those men had and I gotta say it, those men have had their case. I don't know if they're guilty or not, but I know those men had their cases tried in public court before actual court. Right. So they had a whole series about Puffy, and he hasn't even gone to trial. They haven't picked a jury. Nope. And yet, so seems like
you get an honest jury.
Thank you.
Because when they asked the juror, did you see the documentary? Oh, no, I didn't see the documentary. But in their head, he guilty as hell.
Yep.
Now, I'm not for, and like you said, I don't know if they're innocent or guilty. They're guilty, like in God's eyes, from that position, but they're not guilty in American court of law. So just so everybody can understand what I'm speaking from American law, not God's law. If I'm speaking about God's law, they all guilty. But in American law, we're not seeing the people that say they're by force, we're finding out that it's not necessarily by force. If someone gives you a verbal choice of bend over, I'm not going to play your record, and you choose to bend over, and the only loss you gain is not getting your record played, that's not force. Because now if they put the gun to your head, or I'm going to unalive you or harm you, now that's force. So if you chose to bend over for a record deal, if you chose to get all these things done for you, that's your choice that you chose.
And I still don't understand why that other nigga talking. He got the deal. He put the little penis or whatever the nigga name that brought it. Y'all know what I'm talking about. His name was Lil something. It sounded like that was his name, Lil Penis or something. It was crazy. Like, how about a name, Lil Swole Butthole or something? How's that your rap name? Come on now, like you put it out there. Yeah, y'all, somebody in the audience tell them who I'm talking about. Y'all know who I'm talking about. That man that brought that charge again. He had a name. I was like, wow, his name says what he did. And let me see who put it up there. Y'all know who I'm talking about.
Eyes for the super chat donation. Appreciate it greatly. Thank you. If y'all want to donate, just click that link and donate to the super chat. Donate to Tommy super chat. But what rapper you talking about?
It was something he sued him. I'm waiting on somebody to put it up there.
Yeah, you said rapper.
Yeah, he was in it. Lil
Rod. Nah.
Lil Rod. Told you it was. I'm not lying. I don't make shit up. His name is Lil Rod.
His name can't be Lil Rod. His name Lil Rod.
I didn't make this up. It sounds like I be lying when I say things. I get it, especially the way I say it. I got a weird voice, and sometimes I say, "You're like, that is not what happened," and then you Google it and be like, "That is what happened." Lil Rod, hear me? So it's these kinds of things. But he gave Lil Rod what he asked for. Lil Rod got to sound something on his album, "The Love." He got a. He gave Lil Rod what he. I didn't even catch that.
If I was up north,
you didn't grow up.
If I was up north, they'd be like, "No homo." That was no homo.
You need to grow up, sir.
You said,
dog. Man, he gave
he gave Lil Rod what he was asking for. What was he asking for?
He gave it to him. Look, the point is, like you said, we can't be. I have had I'm an old man. I have everything that I've done. I don't have to take responsibility for it, and we're allowing women to say, I can do all these things to get all this stuff I want, and then come back and villainize the person who gave it to you. Like, I'm sorry, I don't agree with it. I'm with you. In God's eyes, you wrong for even putting somebody in that position. But in God's eyes also, they wrong for even accepting what you said.
Right. No, real talk, to accept what you said, I agree. So that's why I said, like, when we're looking at those charges, I haven't seen no.
You're right on that.
I'm trying to choose my words carefully. I haven't seen no real evidence. I was gonna say another word.
Look, they're gonna try to villainize us no matter how we say it, because when it comes to men, we supposed to have a problem with everything they do, but we see a bitch hit another woman in the back of the head with a damn baton, and she's still trying to tell the world that she didn't hit that woman, and we see it in 4K.
Listen. I don't understand. Listen, that girl just need to go to jail or go to get her charges, because there's no way she would. Yeah, she's running. She must have been mad, and it could have been because the girl
came a little bit in her lane.
Came a little in her lane, and she could just say, "I got mad," and bust upside the head. Did you see that in the car?
I sure did. Now, in my opinion, now, you know, it could be a couple things that happen. Now, she dead wrong for hitting the girl in the head.
Right.
But the girl might have whispered something to her, like, slow ass. You know how it works. You know,
so you saying the girl might have cut it? Wait. So you saying the girl might have cut in on him like, slow ass bitch? She was like, what? That's what you saying?
I'm just saying.
Wow.
It's possible, because other than that, I mean, you can just see the.
She was hitting her with angry hits.
Yeah.
That is crazy that this man done sit up there and deduced all of that within seconds.
She did a horrible Draymond Green impersonation.
This man up there, she walked by and told her hairline fucked up. That's why your edge is fucked up. Oh!
She gotta eat that. Like, you can't do that.
Somebody whisper something to her, man.
And set her off.
Yeah.
I took your man. Like that. That's why I took your man, bitch. What?
That's why your daddy left leg shot at his right.
She got people rallying with her. She did some rally, and they all trying to say that's the wrong angle. I saw the other angle.
I saw all the angles.
There ain't no angle where that's not intentional.
And then she wound up to do it again. The only reason she didn't hit the girl is because the girl fell. And this should not be a discussion. And that goes back to, again, they'll say we being mean to black women, but I say there has to be a level of responsibility. If I'm her father, because you and I fathers, what you doing? Because I know I'm setting my daughter down and I'm saying, you're going to have to eat this.
Yeah.
We're going to do our best to keep it to where we don't want you to go to jail or get no charges.
That's all we can do.
So we're going to get you in front of them people and get you to say you sorry.
Yep. And not get expelled if they went to some school or something like that. I could fight for that, but I'm not going to go out there. I'm going to go to the family and apologize. I'm going to make her apologize. Like the lesson, see, when they out there trying to defend that, they're teaching that daughter that she was right to do that and she'll do it again. Yep. It's like justifying evil. They supposed to take that daughter to the girl that she did it to the family that she did it to, and publicly apologize.
Amen.
Because how is that daughter that got hit? How is she gonna feel? She's gonna be scared to run. She's not gonna be the one. And that's leading. So she forever when she runs has to take off running with people next to him with the baton. So who knows the type of PTSD that's she may have from that. And so the only way to correct it is to bring them together, apologize, find some way to make an amends for the offense. That's the parents' fault. That's because as children, you don't have that type of morality yet. You learning morality, even as teenagers, you're learning that. So the parent, especially if she got the father in the life.
Yeah, that's what hurt me.
There, so that's even more worse. Like, what is the father doing defending that behavior?
But all men, and you can say this.
Before you say what you say, when she get her ass whooped by somebody, or unalived, or harmed, or stabbed, or shot, everybody's gonna then point to the parents should have did something the first time this happened.
But y'all two brothers can probably talk to this more than me. I say this. So just because a man is in a child's life don't mean that man ain't no cuck or weak.
Right.
There's a lot of women running their men. And he might be one of them.
Right.
Because one, when the little girl was talking in the house.
Cuck? You say
cuck.
Cuck. Oh.
Yeah.
What's a cuck?
Oh. When somebody's fucking your wife, you get done. Seriously, if your wife or your girl cheat on you and you stay, you have been what's called cucked.
Oh, okay.
And it just means that you are now a part of the system. You are claiming this girl as your girl, and she's open to being had by other people. Like the white porn. Yeah, yes. You know, heard of them white porn where the guy sits there and watches somebody sleep with his girl?
Right.
That's a cuck.
Right.
It's a cuckold.
I'm asking because I needed somebody outside of my biblical lens to break down what that means. I just wanted to make sure I got it right.
Yeah. So
that's what a cuck is.
Yeah. So it's a bad thing because it's basically saying you don't respect yourself now.
Yeah.
And she don't respect you.
Yeah, if she does it.
Yeah.
Do you think it's mentally abusive if a man like forces his woman to do that?
If he forced her to do it, yeah.
Like meaning like let's say she come into the relationship, she think that's not the case, and then he's sitting there trying to seduce her into it. Do you think that would be? What would you think of that?
Well, listen, if she does it, and here's the thing: a lot of times when you're in a relationship, you do things to please your mate. So if she's doing it to please,
want any more?
I do. I was waiting. You didn't see how I put the glass. I did. I sure did, sir. I figured you'd see that there was nothing in it, and you'd put something in it, replace it. But I think I can't knock people for doing what makes them happy in a relationship.
Okay,
I'm big on that. So whatever y'all do in y'all relationship, that's what y'all do. It's none of my business because I can't say nothing to my homeboy of mine. Let me beat his wife up. I mean, I was young. I mean, it was 3 weeks ago, dog.
Don't listen to Tommy.
Look at his watch. He done looked at his watch. He's like,
how much
put the camera on you. Put the camera. That's what you do. What? God, dog, it is late. Ooh wee. I have not let my dog walk yet. I think I left the cat litter need to be changed. My God, it is
bird off the leash.
He said he left his bird off the leash. No, but Jesus, that was 3 weeks ago. Why you bringing up old shit? But the point is, like, whatever y'all do in y'all relationship, like anytime somebody would criticize anybody's relationship, they happy in that relationship, go ahead. But when you say something like that, like this person's uncomfortable with what you have them doing,
right?
But they're doing it to please you, and they're miserable as they do. Yeah.
Right.
And I'm glad you brought that up. And y'all see, he brought up that men can be mentally abusive to, especially good women. Because the woman is trying.
Right. The woman trying to, she's only doing it because, okay, this is how I keep my man. So I'm going to do this to keep my man. I don't really want to do it, but this is what I do to keep my man.
And I'm miserable.
And I'm miserable doing it.
And that's what I honestly believe when you look at that man. I don't think that I think that man was probably just like you, probably thinking, let's just end this. We've seen the video. Let's just go and end this by apologizing to these people.
Mm-hmm.
But the mom and the daughter was like,
nah, I ain't do that. Y'all seeing it from the wrong angle. I was grabbing it and swinging it, and I was just running, and it just pow.
Now you good. I was trying to turn it off you anyway. I kept looking. I said, I think I got it too close to him. There we go.
Okay.
No, it wasn't your fault.
Oh, okay, no problem. No,
it's because I hit it. So it's it. We gonna have him going back and forth. It's like a tennis match. And like I said, nigga.
It's your serve.
Right.
It's your serve.
The guy wants nothing to do with this.
What you mean?
He wants nothing to do with
you mean? No, man, y'all having a good time.
We enjoy it. You look like you not. You look like we mentally abusive.
Nah.
He hates this whole thing. This is what you brought me here for?
Nah, he built for it. He's straight. He's straight. But that father sucks, though.
Yes, that's the point.
That in some instances, the father has to take full charge, and because the sole responsibility is going to fall on him. Even if the man and woman is involved in that child's life, like how they are in this situation, the mother could be loud, obnoxious, and rude, and it's still going to fall on the man. Meaning, if the man allows it, it's going to fall on him. If the man don't allow it, it's going to be something he stands on. But either way, that's going to fall on him, and that's just bad parenting.
God, dog, that's deep because it goes back to men are going to have responsibility. Regardless, like we just gave the woman a pass and said, she's trying to please her man,
right?
But we can't give him And listen, we're not. I want y'all to understand. Cap and I are not saying women and men are the same. We're not saying that man should get the pass.
Right.
Because if he don't keep his house together, because that's his job. Right. That's his charge. God gave him that.
Exactly. And he got to have that charge whether the woman is with it or not. Like, it's about putting that woman in her place. Like, that's what they don't want. Like, what y'all don't be wanting to understand in that world, when y'all let that man dominate you physically, he's supposed to also dominate you mentally and spiritually. And you are supposed to submit to that dominance mentally and spiritually as well. That's why you need all three. The reason why you need all three, the difference between a woman being forced and a woman not being forced is her consent. Both acts are physical as hell. Sex is not it's not like playing tennis. It's like playing football.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's like playing football. It's like playing basketball with the Pistons. It's aggressive. You moving and you pushing and you tugging. And the woman is with it because she agreed to it. What women don't realize is it's not the time to fight him when he's telling you what to do, especially if it's the right thing. Like if he's telling you to go sell drugs, sell your body or something like that, then you can say no to that. But if he's telling you, hey, man, our daughter did this wrong thing, man, she's going to take ownership of it. You're not supposed to resist him and be dominant, try to be dominant on him. You're supposed to submit just like you submitted to him sexually.
But even that, God going to hold that on him. If he tell you you got to go sell pussy so we can eat, and she willing to do this just so y'all can eat, when y'all going to see God, he going to say she did what I told her to do, which is remain faithful and honor you. Mm-hmm. And you put her in that bad position to do that.
And he going to punish her. You'll see in the Bible where the Lord killed men for stuff like that.
Say it.
You know what I mean? He killed, what is the cat's name that David ended up marrying? What's his name?
You talking about Bathsheba?
No, not Bathsheba. That's when David was wrong for that.
It ain't Nabal, is it? Salakia.
It might be Nabal. Nabal.
Yeah,
Nabal got killed by God for disobeying, and the wife was right. So I just want to bring that up because that's a point where you're saying the wife is listening to the man.
Yep.
And then God steps in and do that. But the onus still falls on the man. You go back to Adam and Eve. If Eve would have disobeyed, Adam would have just stood strong in the pain. Eve would have just got punished. But once Adam did it, Now Adam has to take that punishment as well because he obeyed the woman.
Right. Instead of who, because the line is, and you tell me if I'm wrong, the line is God, man, woman.
Yeah, that's the line. Well, we put Christ, for those that believe in Jesus, is God, Christ, man, woman, child, in that order.
And then Christ, church.
Right.
Man. Because he said man's supposed to love his wife like Christ loved the church.
Right, exactly. And let me tell you something. Christ corrected the church, women.
Sure did.
Christ loved the church, women. Christ gave his life for the church. So if that man got to give his life and lead you and guide you, he should be able to tell you what to do. And when he tell that daughter to take responsibility, that mother's supposed to line up right with it. It's going to hurt. You don't think it hurt the father? Like,
right.
You don't think it's going to hurt the father to go to another parent and say, yeah, I'm sorry, my daughter fucked your daughter up. That's a rough thing to say. But that's the right thing to say if you want to teach your kids responsibility.
Amen.
For them to stand for it, she's not learning no responsibility. She's never going to take accountability.
Now you got one right there. Go and read that.
Oh, shout out to who's that? Phyllis Speaks. Salute to Captain Tommy. That's a good look. Tommy is back once again. I told her they love Tommy up in there. Wait till I get Tommy in the all black party. We standing all black.
I don't know.
Bring him up.
You know, I'm a coon, so I don't know if I do well in all black.
Straight with us.
I don't know if I do it all black. Can you have half black?
I'm a coon, so I don't know if I do good. Well, you'll be good that day.
I don't know if I do good with all black. If you had an all white party, nigga, I'm there. Now, if we can just have, we need a guy to have like his own memes. His face memes would be hilarious to everything that is said.
If it's an all white party, I'm there. I ain't gonna be there.
But you ready to go on and play this Dr. Umar video?
Yeah, let's go and play it.
All right.
Did all that. Yeah, go
ahead. Let's go on and play it. Here it is.
Pull-up season. So let me say this about the baby mama drama. There is a silver lining in this Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf scandal. There's a little piece of silver lining in this Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf scandal. And the little piece of silver lining, Amsterdam, Africa.
Is it about that Smurf shit?
No, not the Smurf. I hate the Smurf shit too. But I hate that he says everything 3 times. The nigga's trying to program me.
Ooh.
Every time, listen, when he say it 3 times, he's trying to mentally program you. That's some psychological. Yeah, that's how you program. Hey, why? He gonna keep saying it. When we was riding the car, said, man, I'm tired of hearing him talk, man. I'm tired of hearing him talk. Watch. When y'all listen, he's gonna say everything 3 times.
But I gotta say this to you before we play it. Because, and I don't even like the word real men, because I'm just gonna say, because we're men and we're men who stand on our own,
right?
We literally can hear him say this. Because how many times have you had to talk to one of your wives, or you talk to your situation, and you say to them when they're thinking, "Oh, this is okay," you had to check them and say, "No, the fuck, it's not."
Right?
Because they see it from a woman's standpoint, and you're saying from a man who leads. I can tell what he's doing.
Mm-hmm. You can see the hustle.
I've been that, but like you don't want to say it like that, but sometimes you have to say, maybe I don't hustle hoes like this.
Yeah. You know what? I bet you if you say it like that, she don't want to be a hoe. She'll be like, I ain't no hoe. I got it. You gotta know how to snap them out of the bull crap. And you start referencing the hoes and they don't want to be hoes, you can snap them out of it.
No, you're right. But you got to understand because I think we have to talk to our daughters like that. Mm-hmm. Look, before I was your daddy, I was skeeting in faces. Now my whole thing is to fuck with you. I say something, I look at him, I say what he gonna do. But you have to sometimes say to these people, I love your mama. I'm with your mama. Your mama, I will give my life for you and your mama. Mm-hmm. But I have been in situations with ladies who I could care less if they fell off a boat. You don't want to be that.
Yeah, you don't.
And he's talking to them.
Right. That's why he's saying it 3 times.
He's talking to them. He's talking to bitches who will throw over. Because I got to say this. If he loved black women the way he say he love them, Why is he only talking about black women he's yet to be with? Because he never talks about black women he's been with. You hear me, you and this brother here, what we do, we talk about motherfuckers we know currently.
That's right.
Why is it you can never hear him talk about a queen he knows currently? It's only queens he know are the ones he's trying to fuck.
That's it.
And that's pimp mentality, is it not?
Yep, it is. And you can't use the concept of he want to keep his private life private, because I keep my private life private. But I talk about my women too. I just don't got to say their name and still talk about them and venerate them. And then after the show, one of them might say, was that about me or was that about somebody? Don't worry about it.
Right.
Don't worry about it. But you still can talk about it. And then it just goes a long way for your position. And that's why a lot of this is kind of backfiring on him and why he's being looked at. He, like, if this was an average cat on the street, this would be a normal conversation. Wouldn't even be a big deal. But in his position of black family structure and stuff like that is why he's getting the brushback that he's getting. Because like when I read the comments on it, here was the comments, oh, he's just like one of us.
Uh-oh.
Oh, he's like this.
Uh-oh.
He ain't no different. How you talking about this and talking about that? And he put himself in that position by who he chose to have sex with. Like, sex is, I don't think people really look at the value of what sex is. And what I mean by that is people just look at it like, I'm going to just stick my penis in this box, that's it. But babies come from sex. Connection come from sex. Marriage come from sex. And when you have a baby, that's at least 18 years.
Like, let me tell you how deep this is, because you had talked about wanting to have a discussion about that. I don't think they understand. In the old school, they love the Bible and they talk about the Bible. You fucked her, that's your wife.
That's your wife. That's what I'm getting to. And I was actually talking to one of my generals on the way here, and we was talking about what's the guy that just lost all his money? Tiana Taylor.
Oh, you talking about my man Amon Shumpert. Shout out to Georgia Tech, baby.
I know he wish he was still playing in the NBA because he need a big time contract. He about to be in Ice Cube league in a second.
He about to be in the WNBA.
He gonna be in something because he got. Oh, shout out to Jelani Edwards, man.
They acting a fool over there on that. What's that called? What? When they hit that, what's that called?
Super chat.
Yeah, they're telling, hey, they acting a fool over that shoot back. Keep showing love. They acting a fool.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the love, man. Thank you, man. But like so he just lost all that money, and then when I was talking to my general,
and he had a prenup.
I didn't know he had a prenup. Man, she beat the prenup.
Beat the prenup.
She got a 7-figure signing bonus. That bitch got a signing bonus.
That bitch got all his houses.
That bitch got a divorce signing bonus. 7-figure signing bonus. That ain't got nothing to do with the alimony, the child support, the house, the cars. The bitch got a signing bonus.
And see, everybody, and this is another example of black men being put down. Everybody figured she was, you know how they always talk highly about her and lowly about him? He ain't nobody. He ain't need no star in the NBA. He must be something because he paying her, not the other way around.
That's right. Must be something.
And if I could, Tiana Taylor is extremely promiscuous. She like men, she like women.
Yeah.
You see a whole ton of, like deviance from her on her. And he gotta give her all that
so
money.
she can continue to be a deviant.
Deviant.
And that's what makes sex so important and the value of sex, because once you start having sex with somebody, it's two things. Let's say if you get married, a piece of paper, got no kids, you're paying alimony or something. But let's say if you don't get married, so you ain't got no prenup, you ain't married, but you have kids, you still get money even when you break up for them kids. Anthony Edwards is not married to that woman, but he has to pay money though. Even for however long they were together, he got her pregnant. He wants to just pay and have nothing to do with her. So you're still paying regardless. So men, think about what you're sticking your penis in. You want to think about that.
PYS. Protect your
Rod.
seed.
Yeah, protect.
Not fuck. Don't fuck Rod. He love.
Oh right, yeah, little. Yeah.
Fuck Rod. I don't even like niggas named Rod. I got cheated on by a bitch with a nigga named Rod, so I can't stand no Rod. I don't even like curtain rods no more, nigga.
I'm glad you said you can't stand no Rod. That's good.
I don't like nothing like that.
There.
No.
You got a big super chat right
Yeah, my man Headbutt always showing love. He said, damn, finally caught a live stream. Salute to Tommy and Taz, and the whole Soto Nation, and Mo Bean throw a couple on that. Yeah. But hey, they showing love for us on both of them. My man Big Damu says salute to your brothers on the panel. Yeah, and I gotta say, it is difficult for us. I want y'all to understand. It's not difficult like we don't want to do it. Mm-hmm. It's difficult for us to judge these men.
Right.
Because a simple mistake can be made within I just see a fat ass.
Yeah, that's why you got to look beyond that ass. And it's hard.
Y'all niggas light skinned, so y'all see more fat asses than I do. y'all get ass thrown at you. I got to chase them. But the point is, it becomes I gotta chase it. Y'all turned it down. I'm saying I'm taking the leftovers. I'm taking the spillage. But the point is, we understand that it's difficult to be a man, but God called you
to be one, right? And here's what if y'all could just understand this, it's a plethora of women out there. What I mean by that is women outnumber us, and what that means is this ass that you see that you think is irresistible is also on another woman that will listen to you, obey you, stand by you, and do all of that. So you don't have to be attracted to the ass that's just ass. There's ass out there that has no intention of submitting to anything. She's a full-out savage. Like we was doing this when I was on this live stream. The conversation was
you called her savage.
Yeah, she's savage. There's women out there that's savage. Listen, when we asked, should a woman have a whole phase, right? There was a woman that endorsed the whole phase. And then the other women didn't endorse fully the whole phase, but they did say have a nigga on the side, which is a whole phase. So it's still a whole phase. It's just there's a number low phase. Maybe that's the number low whole phase. So 2 in their mind is not a whole phase. Where in my mind, that is a whole phase. That's a whole.
Jesus.
And so we as black men, this is the one responsibility I put on black men. Black women to stop being hoes when we stop loving hoes. Facts.
Now y'all understand this man said this, and I said this the other night when I was talking to Isaiah.
Oh, you did? Okay. Yeah, because
we aligned on a lot of shit.
That's why we click on certain things, because and the reason why I say
a lot of this shit our fault as men.
Yeah, as men, because we set the bar. We set the bar on what we desire from a woman. If we didn't prioritize ass as much, maybe these black women wouldn't be so enticed to get these BBLs, and then they booty stink.
Or having to show their ass all day. Maybe they would get online and show their degree if we was enticed by a degree. Right. Maybe they would get online and show how clean their house is, as like you said.
Yep. No. If we endorsed changing that aspect of a woman, then I'm telling you that woman's going to change. That woman is only showing that ass because she think that's all you attracted to.
Because it's hard to say this. Everything they're doing, regardless of how independent they claim they are, and you'll tell me if I'm lying. Everything a woman does is to try and get us to pay attention to her.
No woman want to be single and lonely. Even the independent woman
want us to see her
and want us to see her. She just don't think that she can have a longevity relationship. But for like 2 nights, she want that ass. She want that ride, right?
Diana Ross's daughter. We kind of figured she might be gay. Ain't never seen her really with no man. Mm-hmm. But yet, every time she go on Instagram, she's showing how good her body look at her age. Yeah. Who you think she's trying to get to look?
Us. Because that's the goal. Instagram, Facebook, and all these women, that's every picture they take, they showing their ass, they trying to attract us. This doesn't take away from them being hoes.
Right.
So I'm never not saying that they're not hoes. But what I'm saying is the bait that they putting out is because that's what they think will catch us.
And if we keep being
right, we'll fall for it. And so I love women with curves and legs and all of that. But I love if they can stimulate and be loyal and be down with me more than I love that. So I could see 10 women with this beautiful body. And then I could see that 11th woman that may not even have this beautiful body by their standards, but because she's more loyal, her mind is better, she's a go-getter, she's going to be far more attractive because I know I can build something with her.
Amen.
I can follow something with her. These is just some physical dominance.
That's why they talk a lot of crap about Neo. And you seen how they kept saying Neo's girls don't look that good?
Right.
We need to stand behind Neo and say, I don't care if they all, that what they kept saying, they 4.5s.
Right.
But
meanwhile, this bitch is a 10 and can't get no man.
Why are we going to put this man down? Because he don't have a bad bitch.
Right.
I'd rather have a good one.
Bitch? Like, what is a bad bitch? First of all, ugly is subjective.
Thank you.
Ugly women and ugly men get vagina and rod too. They all, listen, an ugly woman, a man sleeps with her rather, and an ugly man, a woman sleeps with him. So ugly is subjective. So when these women are saying that they ugly, I think you're just mad because you couldn't be one of Neo's wives.
That's right.
That's how I look at it.
Ladies, y'all heard what he said. Ugly is subjective, so you shouldn't have a problem having sex with me. It is subjective. You can overcome that.
Just know y'all gonna marry. I gotta marry Tommy. You gotta marry it.
Your kid's gonna look like me, and I mean, you might not want that, but damn it! Why that you laughed at?
Man, listen.
That you laughed at? God, dog. Everything else, he was disappointed in me, and that which I said it. That he said, I ain't got a point. He ain't got a point, ladies. Oh God. Anyway, but yes, like but you're right. We shouldn't, even men, we should be able to say,
right,
a happy home. And the Bible talks about a happy home. A nigga in the household with a woman that's unhappy. This nigga don't even want to be there. He want to be on top of the roof, in the corner. He don't want to have nothing to do with that because he's unhappy. And you see a lot of brothers who are unhappy with these chicks with these great bodies. There's a reason why. What is that tattoo face chick with the bald head looking like Caillou?
Tattoo face.
With the bald head, light skin, fine.
She fine with tattoos on her face.
She still is.
Talking about Amber Rose.
Yeah, you go. She still got a nice shape.
You know. To be honest, I don't know if she's black or white. I think she white on her.
She white,
side. But she was never attractive to me.
I just think I have a.
She's the first famous celebrity woman that got a pass for being bald headed.
You know what? Light skinned dudes don't even really into light skinned chicks like that. I noticed.
That's cap.
No, you cap. You cap. I've always heard
light skinned women.
Really?
Light skinned women, dark skinned women.
There was always a thought that there was this like dark skinned dudes like light skinned chicks. Like it was an opposite of thing.
Like if you were light skinned, my sister, for example, would love the darkest man she could find. That was her attraction. So I get what you're saying. That's a normal black thing. Yeah, that's a stigma on the black. But
because what we all trying to make is brown skinned babies, apparently.
Right.
Think about it. Because on the high end of one, the high end of one, notice they got fucked with or called a name.
Right. So
and
they
the dark
want to get with the dark skin so the babies could have some color to them.
Yes, because the paper bag niggas never really got fucked with.
Yeah, so she had a baby by this black ass nigga. Her daughter still came out looking like her.
Well, and so that was like, that was always like a shock to her. Because I know a brother, the girl I was talking to, her dad is dark as I am, and her mama's just brown, and she came out light. So of course this nigga was like,
"That ain't my baby,"
right? But it was because she looked like him more than mom.
And that's what we don't understand. We could make any color.
Yes,
it ain't about your complexion making the kid. It's your genetics just makes any color complexion that you want to make.
And it becomes like and that's another reason why we need to have households being faithful to each other. Exactly. Something, and that comes back to not only the women, but men should know. Like when you got a baby mama, like what if Umar is saying that all his baby's mamas is trifling, is that his trifling baby's mama's fault or his?
And I always say, like, let's say if you had one experience with a bad person, you say that's their fault, and then you got these other experiences where you don't, you can say, okay, it wasn't his fault with that one.
Right.
But if you have the same issue with every woman, or with every man, it's your fault.
We got to start blaming the person making the picks.
Yeah, you can't keep making the same mistakes and say, tell your boys or tell your mama, tell your brothers or whatever. No, it ain't my fault. It's their fault. Because I'm gonna look at you like, hey, you ever consider that maybe you just might be picking the wrong person?
No, maybe you ain't shit. Maybe you attracting, not even picking. You attracting them.
Yeah. You know, the Bible said a wicked woman is given to a wicked man as a portion.
Oh, wow.
That's what the Bible says. So you got to test yourself to make sure there ain't something in you that's attracting a familiar spirit.
Oh,
like if you a dog and you attracting dogs, then your spirit attracts that. God. And you got to fight that. That's facts. Accountability is a mother scooter.
Ooh, right? It is.
You know what I mean? And that's what I want to see. Because now that, and this is why I said he got a bad PR team. He should have left. He should have said nothing and should have just waited, especially if he got this evidence. When we play to see the evidence that he got, if he has this evidence, he don't have to say nothing
at all.
I would just sit back and see what they gonna say and then just counter it with the facts.
Let them talk first.
Because what it sounds like is he's putting out a portrayal of this is what they doing. So when you hear him, you already have in your mind what he's saying they doing. I would have did it in reverse way. I would have just let them say whatever.
But you're an honest man.
Most High in Christ, I am. Yep.
I'm just gonna say,
yeah.
Let's listen back to him again. We're gonna go from the beginning.
Yep.
Pull up season. So let me say this about the baby mama drama. There is a silver lining in this Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf scandal. There's a little piece of silver lining in this Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf scandal. And the little piece of silver lining, Amsterdam Africans send the invite. And that little piece of silver lining in the Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf dishonesty tour, dishonesty and revenge tour, the Mama Smurf, Baby Smurf dishonesty and revenge tour, the only silver lining about it is y'all making me go after my baby girl 50 times harder. Y'all making me go after my baby girl 50 times harder. So I done already sent the message to baby mama number 2, Miss Vegan. Baby mama number 2, Miss Vegan. Baby mama number 2, Miss Vegan. You have 2 weeks to produce my child, who you've been keeping from me while I've been paying child support. Just like baby mom number 1, it's deja vu. It's deja vu. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. Collecting my child support, denying me my child. So baby mama number 2, we talking to Miss Vegan right now. We ain't talking about Mama Smurf. She old news. She old crusty news. We talking about Mrs. Vegan right now. We ain't talking about Mama Smurf. That's old crusty news. We talking about Mrs. Vegan, baby mama number 2. You have until the eclipse of March 29th. You have until my Florida A&M University Black Psychology Conference return to produce my baby. If I do not meet and see my child by Saturday, March 29th, Mrs. Vegan, I will be going live. And I'm going to tell the whole world information you don't want them to know. And Mrs. Vegan, I don't want to put your business in the streets. You are the mother of my beautiful African princess. You are the mother of my beautiful African princess. And I respect you, Ms. Vegan. I respect you. But you are not going to deny me my child anymore. We have a child support hearing coming up because you want more money. We have a child support hearing coming up because you want more money. We have a child support hearing coming up because you want more money. No problem. No problem. I will be at the child support hearing. But we're not talking about child support right now. We're talking about a relationship between the prince and the princess. We're talking about a relationship between Queen Kong and King Kong. I better see my baby in the next 2 weeks. You better text me. date, time, place. And once I see my child, you and I will schedule uninterrupted visits. Not in your house. We're not doing grandmama couch no more. I'm taking my daughter out with me, and she's going to spend quality time with me. She's going to go on the road with me. She's going to Africa with me. She's going to London with me. She's going to Jamaica with me. We're going to create a custody agreement outside of the white man. Oh, yes. Black self-determination. We're going to get back to Garveyism starting today. We're going to get back to Garveyism starting today. And all I'm going to say, you got 2 weeks where I'm going to go live and I'm going to tell some things that I know you don't want me to tell. Put me in touch with my daughter. Let's stop the nonsense. Since you had time to reach out.
I got to say, and I don't mean to stop it, but that's whole activities for a grown man to sit up here and say, if we don't do this thing that I'm apparently trying to do right now, even though my child is very old, so this should have already been in place.
This is 13-year-old.
13.
Yeah. So he's talking about baby mama too.
That's what I'm saying. It's 13 years.
For 13 years he could have done it. And the crazy part is we haven't heard nothing publicly from the 13-year-old mother. The child. Or the child. That child. You want to say something, Kyle?
I'll go wait till you.
Okay. So the 13-year-old ain't said nothing publicly on social media. The baby mama, neither baby mothers for that matter, have said nothing publicly. He's acting like a man raised by a woman and putting out a threat of and I wonder if the child support plays a part in that, which can fuck you up. I wonder if that's because it sounds like, because he said, I got a new child support case, but this ain't about child support. That sounds like a threat, not about the child. Because what does seeing or not seeing a child make you say you want to give a verbal threat?
Thank you.
When you haven't done a verbal threat in the 13 years that you have accepted
this arrangement.
If he's seeing that child at the grandmama's house, he's accepted that for 13 years. Now the daughter of the first baby mama says something publicly. Why is he now threatening the second baby? Doesn't make any sense. You want to say something, Kyle?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that this brother is a clear example of just a regular brother. Like, this cat is not a leader
at all.
You know what I mean? Like, he's not a leader. He's not somebody who has the class or, you know, the know-how to actually lead a people, even though he's speaking about Garveyism and all of this. This is a prime example why the school can't get built, because he's just a regular brother who just dreams like any other regular brother, but really doesn't know how much work it takes to actually lead Black people into a better, you know, into a better condition while we live in this oppression.
Right.
Because he's getting oppressed and he just doesn't handle it with any class.
At all.
Like Captain Desariak is saying. Like, he sounds
nobody.
like a woman would say. Like, he talking about King Kong this and...
He said Queen Kong.
Yeah, Queen Kong, excuse me.
Call her
a gorilla. Ben Crusty.
Can you imagine if I called a Black woman a gorilla? If I called a Black woman a gorilla today, Tommy, what they gonna say to me? He just called his 13-year-old daughter is a gorilla now. Queen Kong and King Kong.
And he don't even know how he wants to address people, because at one point that's supposed to be the princess.
Yeah.
Then she became the queen.
Yeah, the Queen Kong.
And it's like, what I mean, I'm telling you, what he said was spot on, and we ain't supposed to say it.
Right.
You willing to say it, he willing to say it. But technically, we ain't supposed to say it.
Right.
And y'all pointed out, it's a regular nigga.
It's a regular cat that knows how to promote himself. He knows how to promote himself well.
Very well.
But being a leader of people that we should look up to and listen to, he does not know.
That's a woman with a man's meat skin.
That's it.
That's a man's meat skin. That's what that is. That's
because that was all feminine stuff right there.
Is it? What was it?
Yeah, it was feminine. 2 weeks. I'm gonna reveal everything. What did the?
I'm going to the internet with it too, though.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he fight her? Like, let's say if this is a custody issue, like even when he said we're gonna raise him up as a Black woman and as parents are supposed to without the white man system, he got to defeat the white man system first. He's already in it. He's already in the white man system. In order for that to listen, I remember when I got with my first wife, She had a child with a brother. Brother was on child support. We went to court to take him off of child support.
Good man.
Damn right, because my mother, and that's what I love about my mother raised us without ever putting my father on child support. My father was a heroin addict. He was in and out of life. And my mother said, I didn't want to put him on child support because he had enough issues already. Ooh. And I knew if I did this to him, it would make it worse. So she chose not to do it. So when I get with my first wife and I'm like, nah, we got to take him off of child support. She didn't like it at first. She didn't like it. And I told her, I said, listen, she was like, well, he ain't going to do this. I said, well, whether he's going to do it or not is irrelevant. But he's not going to have the excuse to say we forced him to do it. So if he's going to do it, he's either going to do it because he wants to or he doesn't want to. But he's like, he can't have the excuse of you oppressed me for this or you oppressed me for that. So I made sure that she removed that oppression. And my point in saying that is he can't say we're going to do this on our own without the white man. She has to go to court now and say, I want to drop child support.
That's true.
So now, let's say if she wanted to do that, let's say for the sake of argument, if she says, you know what, he might have a point. He just threatened her.
Which would make her less likely. Yeah.
Even if I wanted to do it, let's say if it's reversed and it's a woman saying that about me, even if I wanted to do it,
I can't now.
Because you threatening me.
If I could, what you saying so heavy, Cap, in that what he's doing now, they can use everything he's saying to say this is why I don't let him see her because this is how he talk about me.
That's a threat.
Yeah, that's
now he got to get supervised visitation.
God,
she can play this in court.
Right.
God, dog.
And that goddamn white man who ain't got listen, a white man don't need a reason to press a black man
at all.
At all. Now, when you give him one, he be like, oh yeah, supervised visitation between 2 to 5, and if you ain't there, we're gonna put a warrant out. That's how the white man works.
Because of your mouth.
Because that's why I said somebody need to tell him to shut the fuck up.
Because of your fucking mouth.
That's a threat.
And if I may, the things he said that him and his daughter were going to do are things that a child doesn't care about. We're going to go to Jamaica and we're going to go to London.
Right.
And we're going to do this and we're going to do that. That is for the public. That is for, it's for bragging.
It's to impress us.
Yeah. Like, why? For what?
I ain't never
That's not for the child. You know what I mean?
Right. That's what it's for.
Well, I got to ask you, this is something that seemed like it don't sit well in your spirit because this is the most you had something to say and you had some. Why does this seem like, no, because he seemed like this right here just ain't it.
Okay,
what are the reasons why this bother you?
I'm gonna just give you just the number one reason, because we are in the business under Commander General Hunter of teaching black people the truth about the Bible, and this cat is in the way. Sloppy.
Hey!
that might be the reason why I may be so vocal about it, is because Commander General Hunter is a real leader. You know what I'm saying? He's our father, according to, you know what I mean. So to see this cat, you know what I'm saying, not to take nothing from this cat, he's just a regular brother. He need to just sit and learn the truth like me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He just need to do truth like me instead of leading our people into Garveyism. Like it don't make no Garveyism isn't working for him. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't say whatever cards you playing, you keep losing. God,
you don't know what the white man like when you go to court. You think they not gonna play this?
God,
he threatened me, Your Honor. I was even scared to come to court because he's threatening me.
And the fact that both y'all saw this from hearing it right now, and he ain't nobody in his circle told him no.
Yeah, that's what's crazy to me. Because like if she says he threatened to put my business out in the street, I don't want my business. I'm not saying nothing about, especially
I'm not making no videos by him.
Ain't making no videos. Imagine if she stays quiet this whole time and don't say nothing.
She's smart as she does.
Then he starts talking about her and putting all her business out in the street. You know who's gonna be affected too? That kid. Yep. Because the 13-year-old so far ain't said nothing. No. And then now imagine her friends saying, look, your daddy talking about your mama.
You know how
kids don't give a fuck.
If she got anybody in her ear right now, she's saying, I won't speak to him. When he gave this, you got 2 weeks, or I'm going to expose you. She shouldn't say a word to him. Let him go on and do this expose. Mm-hmm. All it's doing is killing him in the white man's court that he's already in.
That's it.
Because like you said,
that's what
he could have avoided this for 13 years.
If I was her counselor, hey, don't say nothing.
Don't say nothing. Let him do.
Wait till the 29th. He said you got till March. Shit, I'm waiting till March 29th. That's 14 days from now.
You don't put it in your calendar.
Yeah, I'm putting it in my calendar. Did she back up off of it? Because what does he have? Like, if it's just about seeing the kid, like he could have been there. He didn't have to do this.
13
I just don't get,
years.
unless there's something behind the scenes, which makes it worse for him, that she's doing, and he's bringing to the internet. It's even more worse.
It looks horrible.
Because it's almost like he can't fight for himself privately. So he has to get the media, or the people to be on his side. So then whatever comes out, it's like, oh, she's hating. But if I'm looking at it, he's throwing the first blow. Just like his daughter threw the first blow at him, the 22-year-old, publicly I'm talking about, threw the first blow. And so he's responding. He's now on like a baby mama rampage now.
And when they finally do respond, somebody gonna teach them to respond in such a nice, sweet way.
Yeah.
And it's gonna make him look worse. I was not seeking any of this. We had already had an arrangement that was whatever. You never heard my name. 13 years. I never tried to destroy him.
Ain't said nothing. When he had the conscious stripper and all of that.
When he was getting all that money for the donations, that was his highest to what he was. Because that's why he got that kind of money. I said nothing.
Yeah, say nothing. I let him have it. Now, why I gotta get talked about?
Because the 22-year-old said something, he decided to throw all us under the bus. Because that's what's happened. You said,
y'all no, Nino Brown. He said, it's bigger than Nino Brown.
Niggas,
this bigger than Nino Brown. I'm talking about everybody. I ain't Cash Money Brothers. This bigger than this.
I'm talking going down. I'm taking all y'all.
I'm taking all y'all.
That's a crazy thought, but I still gotta land on what he said, and that's why I asked you, why does it bother you so much? Because I think a lot of brothers who are really about the community, really about the change, if you see that, that'll piss you off in the way you said it. This nigga's in the way.
That's right.
And I don't want to say in the way like he's stopping us from doing anything. That's not what I mean. It's just the fact that the truth is so it's so heavy, you know what I'm saying, to put on people's minds and to keep people still stuck in believing in Marcus Garvey after it failed already, or even keep trying to project it. You know what I'm saying? And to be put on these platforms to be able to spew that type of nonsense when clearly this is helpful for black people to see. It's just a regular cat, man.
Yeah.
Don't nobody be mad at Dr. Umar, man. Don't nobody hurt him. Don't nobody do nothing.
Can't blame him.
He's just a regular nigga, man. He's not a leader.
He's
just a regular brother
trying to eat,
struggling with child support,
struggling
with a baby, trying to eat like everybody else. That's the lesson we supposed to learn from that is like stop putting trust in everybody that got an internet that speaks eloquently.
Right.
And when you look at them, they're just like you. You got to look at somebody that is just like you but has a plan and solution. He doesn't have a plan and a solution. So when he get attacked with the baby mama or any issue, it could be baby mama, it could be drug abuse, it could be being molested, it could be anything. If he can't handle it, that's
right. How do you handle your own life?
Right. And we all need some counsel. We all supposed to have somebody we can go to for counsel. He ain't got nobody because whoever advised him is terrible. It's terrible.
And I'm listening to it. And I'm with you. It makes me sad because it's so many people I watch that are following it, and they don't have this one thing that everybody need to have: the ability to discern.
Yeah, discernment. Yep.
When you hear what he's saying now, even if the girls, the women, the children, they're all bad and horrible people, how did you get mixed up in that?
How did you pick it? What is that? Like I remember I had this woman talk about this back 2015. I had this woman talk about me like a dog, said I wasn't taking care of my kid and stuff like that. None of it was true. So I went online, brought my wives online and just showed that she couldn't handle being with me, but they could. Then after that, I took it down. And I remember I called my general, the man that's above me, and I asked him because I needed to be evaluated myself. I wanted to know, man, because I picked this. I'm saying to myself, like, you picked that motherfucker. Like, what was you doing picking her? So I got counsel to make sure that there wasn't something in me. So I wanted to avoid making that same mistake. So even when I gave that example of if you pick this one woman and she's horrible, the next woman is horrible, the next woman is horrible, it's you. But if you pick this one woman that's horrible, but the next woman and the next woman is not horrible, then it's not you.
That means you learned. Even if it could have been you at the time.
Right, it could have been, because clearly there was something in me that was off that still attracted that. And if I didn't address it, the next woman I picked would have been the exact same. So I think the Most High, that I had a counselor that I could go to that say, well, you want to make sure you don't do this. A lot of powerful men have been befallen by women. And so that made me choose extremely wise. Like I changed my whole game plan of how I picked a woman, how I dealt with my social life. I did all of that. So the next 30, 40 some women I got after that, the internet say I got like 43 wives. I don't, but that's what the internet say. So the next women I picked after that, I haven't had that problem at all. So I thank the Most High that I have counselors to where even if I'm doing right, I still go to somebody else just to make sure I don't accept my own opinion, because you always going to be semi-biased. Who's going to really destroy themselves? But you need to be able to talk to somebody that's not a yes man that can say, no, Cesaria, you got to fix this time and you got to do this Akkad. You're doing this right here. And then I got to be man enough to accept that constructive criticism to learn from that.
And didn't we come from grandfathers? I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing, but we came from grandfathers that them motherfuckers died. We found out he had cancer or he had whatever it was, and he suffered in
silence.
Now we got these grown men. We're not trying to tell y'all to suffer in silence, but we're trying to tell y'all to have some kind of decorum. That is not manhood. Right. That is not manhood. Whatever's going on. I don't know what's going on in your personal life. I don't know what's going on in your personal life. You don't know what's going on in my personal life. Right when the show ends, I could literally, it could go black and I could break down in front of these niggas right there. Be like, this, so. But when we were doing the show must go on.
Right. Outside of your personal shit. Don't bring all that shit online.
You don't think Jesus had problems?
Hell yeah.
He got his homeboy want to have him killed. Yes. He got all kind of shit going on, but it was a task at hand.
Right.
And if Umar believed in whatever task he was doing, he would say that task is more important than going around hollering Queen Kong and Papa Smurf.
Queen Kong is crazy.
I just don't trust a nigga talking like that. That's why I could see why I asked you. I was like, I could see the disgust because I had the same disgust. Like, this is disgusting. Not even that you being the regular nigga that you are doing what you're doing, but I'm sad in the fact that your words have reached enough people to where they following.
Right.
Because now I got to fight that. I got to fight that I know my people are easily moved to the wrong place. And I honestly believe you one of the people who moving them to the wrong place. And I'm trying my best not to be the hater guy.
Yeah, I don't want to be either. Like I'm a black man first. Like with all the oppression that black men go through, I'm always on their side first, which is why myself and Akkad and then you, Tommy, as well, said this is just a regular brother. So I get him from that point.
Yep.
The teardown part is, as a leader, he's displaying horrible leadership here.
He is.
Like I think I said on our live stream, like he's not. How you know he's not a leader? He's not an organization. He's not. Like it,
yeah, he's him.
Like it's just him. It's just Umar Johnson. Like me, I'm ISUBK. So there's Akkad, there's Yarawam, there's Yaramaya, there's Nakashwan, there's other brothers that make up my organization. So it's not just me. Him is just him. Who's his number 2? Who's his number 3? Who's his number 4?
Who do he go with? You said you go to somebody for counsel.
I go to somebody. I go to my generals right above me. And if I'm wrong, they're gonna tell me I'm wrong, and they don't care what I do online or offline. Whatever I do wrong, they're gonna say it.
And what you're saying is so white capping that's the reason why he's making a public statement like this, because he doesn't have to consider the men who he leads.
Right.
He don't have to. He only all he thinks about is himself and how he feels and how this is making him look. So he could go and do this because he don't have to consider the men that work with him every day and out there on the streets with him. That's why the ISUBK, man, I'm telling you, man, you better start listening. You better start understanding what's going on out here, Commander Junior Hunter. I think it's about that time, man. A lot of these cats is coming out. And even everything is circumspect. You know what I mean? Seeing all these guys in the NBA and just how they, that black people look up to is just the Bible is the solution for a lot of this. Yeah. And the brotherhood that the Bible is based in that Christ left is really the solution for a lot of this, a lot of these problems. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I'm with you. I can see the farther we get away from God, it's coming back on us. You can see it in the people.
You can see.
You ever seen a woman when you can see how she take a picture and you look at her picture and you see her soul gone. She don't see it, but you can look. You can look at her face and see there ain't no God there. There ain't no light.
Right.
No, it ain't.
And if I may, like, just to show you how, we are all together in this. What's the cat name again? Tiana Taylor-Hubbard's husband?
Iman Shumpert.
He's about to go through what Dr. Umar's going through now. That's what he's about to go through. You understand? So who is going to have the answer for both of them?
But I appreciate him where he's like, at least as a man, they got him. He letting, if anybody doing the talking, we doing the talking for him, saying it's fucked up.
Right. Mm-hmm.
You
see, he ain't doing no lives and shit like that. Talking about you.
I laid down with this dog.
Yeah, I laid down. I got the fleas. Fleas cost a lot.
No, but that is literally what men used to do. Like, we didn't even let you make us feel sorry for ourselves. Like, you'd be like,
you feel like you got the one.
Man, I can't believe that girl gave you the clap. Well, I mean, I fucked her raw, though. It's got to be my fault, right? How can I say it's her fault if I did it? I had every opportunity. And I think that as a man, we got to say that. You might have a baby by a woman that you don't like, but you still got to tell your son when he grow up, I made a bad choice. Don't you make it. Because if I constantly make myself out to be a victim, he'll fall victim.
Yeah, absolutely. He sure will.
I got to be able to tell somebody at some point, even if I only had 0.1% of the ability to make the decision, I still had 0.1.
Yep, still had 0.1.
And I think that's what a man does. That's why I watched my granddaddy. He was like, hey, look, almost all this shit I'm dealing with, I could have chose the other direction. And the only way I can teach the new generation anything is to tell them there are better decisions to be made.
That's right.
There are better decisions to be made. And I really hate that. Let's finish off what he's saying, because the next thing we're talking about is the Jonathan Majors. And I think that's all going to roll into something really big. Let's finish this off.
Shout out to Mama Smurf and Baby Smurf. Says you have time to go find Mama Smurf and Baby Smurf. Baby Smurf said that you said. Baby Smurf said that Miss Vegan found her mother to ask her if we were still in a relationship. Miss Vegan, is that true? Mrs. Vegan, according to my eldest child. Mrs. Vegan, according to my eldest child, you reached out to Mama Smurf to find out if I was still dating Mama Smurf. Listen.
Wait a minute.
I'm just saying.
What you said, God?
No, I'm just saying. Like he pronounces words very eloquently. But this cat is incompetent, right? He called his daughter a Baby Smurf.
I'm gonna need you to say it the way you said it. You try to clean it up and say it nice. Say it what you said.
He pronounces words, but this cat is stupid.
He just asked online. Is that true? You tried Mrs. Vegan? Is it true that you tried to he don't have Miss Vegan number? That's woman behavior.
Yes.
Is it true, Miss Vegan, that you try to contact? That's character assassination 101.
Thank you. Shout out to two couple people that done did it. Read it because I can't see it.
Shout out to Michael Love. He said Umar is only accountable and cares for himself. That's why he makes these mistakes. Facts. And then shout out Michael Love again. Shalom to the captains and what it do, Tommy. That's for you, Tommy.
That's what I'm talking about.
Michael Love is a stalwart on my channel. He stays supporting it, man. But as I'm listening to him talk, man, he just all this he could have asked a woman. Why he didn't just call baby mama too? Call Miss Vegan.
I think he know the answer.
He don't know the answer. That's why he online, God. Whatever they got or about to do, he called himself beating them to the punch. By getting online and saying it first.
Which is what women do.
Right. When they do it, he gonna come back. Didn't I tell y'all they was gonna do that, brothers and sisters? Didn't I tell y'all they was gonna do that? Didn't I tell y'all they y'all don't see the play, Mrs. Vegan is attacking King Kong. Mrs. Vegan is attacking King Kong. Mrs. Vegan is attacking King Kong, brothers and sisters, and we're not going to have it. Oh, no, not the Garveyites. That's what he does. That's the whole, like, this is.
You got that nigga down pat. You got it down pat. And let me tell you something. The reason I'm glad we're doing this on Umar and I'm really enjoying this, because now I know Akai hates somebody more than he hate me.
Oh, no. Oh, wait, man.
I'm happy about that because I'm seeing like you are more disgusted at what he's saying than you were what I was saying. And I'm really
both off the rail.
He said y'all both niggas.
Y'all both off the rails. I don't hate this cat, man. It's just like I said, it's hard actually doing what everybody think is so easy. Like leading black people, that shit is not it's a rough job. You know what I mean? It ain't a cakewalk. You read the stories about the prophets, man. The prophets had to hide in the catacombs.
Yeah.
You understand? Go tell a lot of people what they did not want to hear. You understand what I'm saying?
They lost their lives. They lost their head.
It's a rough.
Yeah, went to jail. Christ got killed. Like when you really,
John lost his head.
Yeah, John lost his head for saying that they was committing adultery.
Yep.
Telling the truth.
He
said nothing wrong.
Said nothing wrong, and his head got cut off. He out here chatty patty. That's chatty patty. That's chatty patty.
Shouts out to New York. That's y'all saying that.
Oh, chatty, yeah, because I like Umar outside of the school, right?
Yeah.
What he says about like child.
Some shit he says very
stuff
good.
Like that is good, but what he's doing right now, he's doing more damage to his reputation than those women could ever do.
And children, remember, he said a lot of times you see black women acting out. It's no daddy. What do you call it? No daddy home.
No daddy syndrome. I don't know.
Yeah, so something like that. No daddy.
Mm-hmm. That's what
you are literally that.
Yeah, you doing that. He's going live every other day talk about this.
Like you saying though, Cap. Like the cat, he's been to school. You know what I'm saying? He knows certain, scholastics and certain information, but how he will be more influential is to be at the foot of the men of Commander Jane Hahn.
Right.
To edify him, to give him wisdom. You understand what I'm saying? Like most people. You understand? You don't have to you don't have to become a prophet. You understand? But to adhere to the prophets in the men of the Lord, that's a service that all black men should do. That's in the Bible. You understand? Even the kings, King David, he answered to a prophet. Saul answered the king to the prophet Samuel. The prophets come tell you, like, you need to do this, need to do that. You can still have your little business. Right. Still have your little business and still have your little school and all that. But you adhere to the men of the Lord because we honor the Most High's words and what's going to be the correct way to lead his people. You understand? The most.
I'm going to say something, and I don't think nobody want to hear it. Everything I've done, I have did it on my own.
Most High, correct.
Y'all didn't see how I humbled myself to these two brothers?
When
this nigga hit me up and told me, you don't think I noticed? I might listen to this brother. Mm-hmm. You don't think I presented it as there ain't no big I in me? Because I said, if I actually want to do what it is I claim I want to do, I better listen to what the Spirit tell me to do, not what I want to do.
Thanks.
Which is a hard damn thing to do as a grown man to say, let me present these other brothers as I'm learning from these brothers.
Right.
Because, you a punk. You sitting up there, let Tazari out there run your show. You know how many times I heard that?
Listen, what's funny you saying that, Tommy, the reputation that if I let the world present to me Tommy Sotomayor, we should have never, after the first show, that should have been it. If I let the world present it. And because the way the world present is like, no, don't mess with Tommy this, Tommy that, Tommy this. And I always go back to the first conversation we ever had. We never talked about the show we was going to do together. We talked about each other's houses. You had got this house. I had got my house. I'm telling you, I'm adjusting to this house. We had a whole conversation. And at the end of it, like, oh, yeah, we're going to do the show at 7 o'clock. Like, we talked about the show later. And so instantly there was a bond of brotherhood that if we listen to the internet, like how you say, you're gonna I gotta do this, and on my side, you're gonna do this with Tommy, we would never have created what people thought couldn't work to where now the audience, my audience and your audience, and when y'all doing another TNT show, when y'all doing this, when y'all doing that. And the greatest lesson y'all supposed to learn, and if Umar could learn, is to don't listen to the outside world. You have to have, number one, your own spirit. Like you said, you listen to the spirit besides that. And you have to have your own team, and you got to be you. You can't go based off of somebody else's perception. You have to go based off what you observe and what you experience. So I can't speak for nobody else about Tommy's experience, but my experience with Tommy, he's a brother. He's a brother that I have built. I don't call, if anybody that knows me, they'll tell you, there's not a lot of people that I call brothers outside of ISUBK. It's like 5 of them. I'm associates, I'm cool with, but there's not a lot. And Tommy is one of them. And that just comes from seeing through all the smoke. As crazy as Tommy is, Tommy almost has the same point as us on certain subjects. How we feel the black woman need to be corrected. Black men need to take accountability. Putting the Most High first, even if he doesn't have the same belief as I have, putting the Most High first, I can fuck with somebody at that point. Now, how he talks, I don't always agree with, but even that creates a good balance.
Yep.
So when we're doing the show together, it's not an echo chamber of conversation. As we have these, in the beginning of the show, I want the clean black women. Tommy said I gotta have a few holes.
That's right.
Black part. So now that creates a balance between the two of us to where people can get both sides, and we can have a conversation about it. And that's what makes me and Tommy a great connection. And I wish other brothers and sisters could see, like, when you come from two different worlds, it doesn't mean because you come from two different worlds, you can't learn from each other. So not to go on.
But I just thought it was funny. They were trying to punk me, saying, when them two brothers come on your show, you let them run it. And I said, because they know what they're talking about.
Right.
Why is it that we as black men, that's one of the easiest way to separate us, by trying to tell us, oh, you dick riding, and they'll always say it in the form of that, or you sucking that nigga's dick. Like they'll always say it in these weird ass terms. You ain't never heard these niggas say that?
Yeah.
You agree with a nigga, you sucking his dick. What the fuck?
I don't
So now I can't agree with a man, and they make it to where there's a dissension amongst brothers. So when I watched that, I kept saying,
that's feminine too.
Because I'm saying, wait a minute. I'm inviting these brothers into my home.
Yeah.
What the fuck I look like trying to challenge them and be an asshole to them as they come into my home to please y'all of, we button heads. That's what y'all niggas need to see.
Right. They want you to bring me into your home so we can argue in your house. Like, we supposed to be in here full out arguing. We're like, what do y'all want us to tear up the house and shit like that? Like, what do y'all expect us to do?
But that's real nigga
like,
shit.
Or you can see brotherhood. And that's what's lacking. Like, y'all, the reason why I call it feminine is because women are catty like that.
That's why they put women in them houses on those the reality shows. They put a bunch of bitches in the house.
From 3 different personalities. Oh, they gonna fight in a second. They gonna fight. And that's what they kind of expect us. What y'all seeing is men talk. Men come together. Men have a conversation. And even if we disagree in person, it's handled in a manly way.
Yep.
Not a woman way. You gonna say something?
Yeah, if I may. And also, too, I think what everybody's touching on is that we taught in our community, like, brotherhood, the brotherhood that's based in the Bible, you have to be able to put yourself at the will or at the order of another man above you. And that's hard to do in the black community because a lot of us are raised by our mothers,
right,
and things like that, and doing feminine things like this, which means what? If you can't put yourself, do the hard thing and put yourself at the will or at the order of a man above you, that means you have to be selfish.
God, dog.
And being selfish is not brotherhood. But this cat here, he's been taught to be selfish. You know what I'm saying, from how he was raised or being around, like most of us, and that's why we've always came to the conclusion and said this is a regular cat. This is a regular cat. You know what I'm saying?
Special.
Who cannot put himself at the order of anyone else, and that's why it's just Dr. Umar Johnson.
And we ain't even putting him down.
No, it's not. This ain't a put down. This is a lesson. If he listen or somebody tell him about it, this is a lesson of you got to mature because you're immature. You're intelligent, but even people that are intelligent can be immature.
Ooh.
And that's what he is. It's just his extremely immature behavior. I'm sorry.
And no, Nakai said something that was very deep, like this idea of, I don't think y'all understand what men have done throughout history. The greatest men have been able to say what? I put myself at the let me see, at the stewardship. Oh no, what would be the word? Like if we have a teacher, what would I be? Not just a student, but a
student.
Student. There's a greater word, but yeah, let me say student. That I'm the student of another gentleman, and that was what men, all karate men, even in the karate move, what would this motherfucker would tell you when he get up there and start fighting you? What would he say?
I learned from this master teacher. I come up under the teacher, and based on that teacher's name, you knew if this was somebody to mess with or if this was some cat you could beat. If he said the right name, you was like, oh, I might want to think twice about that because of who he learned. It was something that came with being under a man, being affiliated with that man. That was important.
It was a thing. And what happened is, and Akai, you alluded to it. Once you started being raised by single moms, there was no line of manhood. And then B, that woman told you that having that line of manhood made you effeminate, which she didn't understand that, no, that's what made me masculine. There's a reason why you heard somebody like Bruce Lee say, "Ip Man."
Yeah.
He didn't take that. There's a reason why you heard a lot of these coaches say, "Oh, I'm under the Bill Belichick tree. I'm under the Bill Parcells tree."
Yep. Bill Parcells got so many people hired just because of his name. Just because of his name.
God, dog. And we've lost that. So they tried to punk me by telling me I'm wrong for saying, I got brothers in here that know stuff I don't know.
Right.
I'm going to listen to them.
That's it.
Why the fuck I got to sit up here and try to butt heads with somebody that knows something I don't? Why don't I take what y'all saying? And then when y'all ain't on the show, you know what I get to do? Go to my audience and sound like I know something. I don't mind. There's been plenty of times in which I even got a shirt that say, "Everything I know, I learned."
That's a fire shirt. Yeah. And then with the brothers, if the brothers looked at it differently, like most of the time they saying that because they put it's either to cause dissension or they put somebody at such a level they shouldn't listen to somebody else. And so if they look at Tommy at such a level and then see Tommy is still willing to learn, it's supposed to be looked at like, well, if Tommy's up there and he's willing to learn from somebody else and I'm not up here, I should be able to. It's a learning lesson. Because for people that know me and they see Tommy say something and I'm in agreement, they're like, damn, Cap agree with Tommy? It's supposed to be a learning lesson. It ain't supposed to, and y'all gotta, for black men especially, y'all gotta see something even more heavy where brothers from different walks of life can come together and you'll find out that they got some shit in common that you thought they didn't have in common. A long time ago, you did this video and it was Commander Jenny Hanna and Kakada, remember this. The woman came in front of the camp. She had a daughter in front of the camp and Commander Jenny Hanna just talking. The woman comes in front of the camp with her daughter and say, can you not use that language? And all Commander Jenny Hanna said. Can you take your daughter down the street? You don't have to listen to it. That's all she said. That's all he said, rather. She then proceeds to put her daughter in the back so she can walk in front of the camp and say, F you. And then General is like, are you talking like that in front of your daughter? Why are you talking like that in front of your daughter? And then the crazy part is, and we put it on camera, she leaves her daughter. Her daughter is now in the back of the camp. Meaning in the back where the strangers are that could snatch her little ass up so she can come and argue with a man that she don't know when she could have kept walking down the street. And when I seen you put that video up, now we hadn't even talked yet. This was years ago. I said, oh, Tommy might not be as bad as everybody talk about because he saying the same thing we saying. Because a loudmouth black woman needs to shut her mouth.
I stood on business. I remember I said the first people who ever validated what it was I was doing was the Israelite cats. Dead ass. Everybody else was calling me coons and saying whatever. I remember when I went up to Harlem.
Right.
First niggas that showed me love and was like, hey, we got your back. I said, I don't know who these niggas are, but I remember when I saw y'all talking, I said, they don't pull no punches, but they're only saying what they stand on is true.
That's it.
It's not like they had any, y'all didn't have no enemies.
Right.
Y'all just said, here's the truth.
That's it.
The enemy was anybody who did not believe in the truth. And I respected that because I said, okay, that sound like me. That's what I want. I might not know what an Israelite is. I might not have, like, I had no idea what it was. But I knew I would watch y'all. When you put this woman in, I saw that. I said, he's right. This woman said you should respect her daughter more than she respects. If you boil it down to what that was, she's saying you should respect my daughter more than I respect my daughter. And that is bad parenting because I can't look at my child and say, these other people should treat you better than I treat you. Just think about how fucked up that sounds. I can call my daughter bitch, hoe, and ugly, but I expect the people outside the house to call her beautiful queen and sister. It confuses the hell out of her because she doesn't understand why me, who has a direct connection to her, is not treating her the way she should. And I look at us as black folks like that. There's a reason why we are treating each other so horribly. And you listen to Dr. Umar, and we'll finish this off and go to the next subject. But if you listen to Dr. Umar, that's his own child. Good, bad, or indifferent, that's his own seed.
Right.
If you out here telling the whole world that Suki Hana's a queen, you hear me?
Yeah.
Suki Hana.
Yeah.
But your kid,
Sukiana.
But your kid is a clout chaser.
It's a Smurf.
It's Smurf.
Baby Smurf.
Baby Smurf and a gorilla.
Man.
Suki Hana's a queen. Your child is a baby Smurf.
And a queen gorilla. Queen Kong.
Queen Kong. How do I respect? And that goes back to what Akai was saying. You just a regular cat.
That's it. It's a regular cat.
No diss.
It's not. And you know, it's a lot of times when people say, why you calling him a regular with all the stuff that he's done? No, he need to be told he's a regular cat. Because if you told you're a regular cat and you think you up here, but then you should self-analyze. Like,
yep,
am I doing what the average person would do? And if I am doing what the average person would do, if I'm going through what the average person is going through, maybe I'm not as big as I think. Because as eloquent as he speaks, as good as he is at bookings, when it comes to his children and his personal life, he's a regular person that needs help.
Yes.
How to deal with it. And if he was a contact, like I say, you need to contact my general. I guarantee you, we had this resolved in a month. Be over. Wouldn't even be no big deal. You can get the white man out the way, which is really what he wants. What he wants is what every man wants. They want to remove the white man from controlling the visitation and payments and work it out themselves. But this is not the way to do it.
Which shows you you're gonna be put at the wheel of somebody.
You
If you don't put yourself at a wheel at a brother, you know what I'm saying, to be under the orders of a brother, you're gonna be under the orders of somebody in his life. You know, man.
God, dog. And that's the thing. We as black men don't want to hear that. But the military, anybody in the military, have you ever been in the military?
Yes.
You under somebody. You at someone's command.
Yeah.
That has been a part of manhood. And I think that's what's lost amongst black men. All of us are an island. We don't want to say a part of being a man. I don't know. All these niggas are talking about, man, I've been in jail. Let me tell you something. When you was in jail, you was under the CO.
That's it. You could be under somebody by choice or by force.
Who?
Right now, Umar is under by force because he don't want to work it out with his women.
Yep.
That's it.
And I love what you said. Shout out to General again.
Yeah, General Hyman. Commander General Hanna is in charge. General Hyman is like one of the baddest counselors I've ever, like any issue I've ever had, I go to General Hyman. He can just give you some insight that you didn't think about. So shout out to them too right there.
And listen, y'all want to talk about that white man and talk all that shit about the white man. Let me tell you about the white man. The white man believe in command and order. That's why you watch the white man in the military. They got different stripes on their uniform, and they tell you who they under and who they over.
Definitely.
So let's go ahead and listen to the rest of it.
I didn't want to marry Mama Smurf when She had my child. I didn't want to marry Mama Smurf after she had my child, and I damn sure don't want Mama Smurf now. So you don't need to be asking Mama Smurf if we in a relationship. Absolutely not. Any woman that will deny a man his child has no right to be a wife to anyone. I'ma say it again. Any woman who denies a man a right to see his child has no business being anybody's wife. Black men, it's time to unite.
There's black men it's time to unite only on his stupid shit, but not when he was telling them they were queens.
Yeah, black men got to unite now
under his banner.
Like, I don't even know what that means.
Right, really.
Like when I hear black men unite, you know, my brain say, yeah, we do need to unite. But then after everything he said, I can't unite under that.
Right. But that's because a man in your mind says, you got this little man over your shoulder that says, what he said makes sense. We need to unite. And what he's doing is playing towards a brother who's always thought, I want to unite. So he's using that word now, but only because it's beneficial for him, for you to unite under what it is, the problem that he's going through. Because he wasn't trying to unite when he was trying to tell you, you can only call Sukihana a queen.
Right.
He was trying to make you look like you a hater. You hate your mama. You might be gay because you don't support Sukihana. He had no problem in saying, and again, like you said, he got a 22-year-old and 13-year-old. I don't know how old the other one is. But you could have, as a man, this should have been fixed. If you're supposed to be a leader, you're supposed to know this is something that can come out later. That's what I don't like. Because I can tell everybody, y'all don't know what the fuck I'm going through. Y'all don't know what Cap going through. Y'all don't know what a Kai going through. Y'all don't know what we got. We have 17 side babies. Y'all would not know it because as men, I don't think you gonna take it to Twitter.
No. I ain't taking none of my personal life to Twitter. I ain't taking none of my personal life to nowhere online. Listen, it's so serious for me. Like any woman that with me does not take my personal life online.
Thank you.
And you damn near got to understand that. Now, and y'all heard me, like, now I'm talking to my audience. I talk about my women all the time. I just don't say their name. That's the closest you're going to get.
I do the same.
But my personal life is my personal life. That's leadership. So the women don't feel like they're not married to me, but they also understand that there's a lot of lunatics online that if they know about my personal life, then they'll attack that personal life. So there's a certain privacy that you have to keep, but the way that Umar is doing it, he's inviting privacy into it. Once he says that baby mama got trying to get more child support, I saw a YouTube video where somebody looks up his name online,
cat dog,
and then now they're running that trial. Like I was just listening to a video of somebody. I thought that there was a video online I saw where this cat is showing Umar Johnson's name and showing court records of child support.
Damn.
Showing it. This is what he's inviting that would not be there if he didn't go on live and say, my second baby mama is trying to get more child support.
God, dog.
What does he think the internet is going to do?
Them niggas
the internet is
sleuths.
When you talk about super,
them niggas is sleuths.
Excuse me. When you talk about Super Saiyan Savage, that's the internet. The internet does not love you at all. The internet is all about what is exciting to talk about. And Umar is exciting to talk about. And so when Umar says, my second baby mama looking for child support, you know what they're gonna go right to the state of Pennsylvania and search Umar Johnson. And the nigga that did the video said there was like two Umar Johnsons, one with this word, one with that word. And so now all of that he allowing for public display.
Yeah, he's doing it. This man is doing himself a disservice. No one else is. He's doing it. And this is where, if we're going to talk about black men and where black men need to do a better job, that's one place where black men need to do a better job and stop being like I used to say it this way, and it always pissed them off when I would say it, but I got to say it. You got to stop being like the black bitch that raised you. At a certain point in time, you got to say, I'm a better man than this. It is not my job to sit up here and try to convince the internet that I'm right in my own house. Just think about it. Do you try to convince the internet that you right in your own house?
Hell no. I don't care what the internet think about my house. It's my house. The internet ain't coming in here with me. I ain't got a million people coming into my house and shit like that. I don't want nobody in my house. So I'm for sure not going to bring them into my house. I wouldn't do nothing like that. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Right. I could give a fuck if y'all like what's going on in my house. It's my house. And as a matter of fact, the only thing you know about my house is if I tell you.
There's somebody in your chat said, why you call him a Smurf? I don't know what made him.
I don't even know what that means.
The Smurfs. Now, me growing up as a kid, I used to like the Smurfs. When I got older, I heard the Smurfs was about the Jewish people and Gargamel was Hitler.
Really? I can't do this shit. I've never heard this.
Yeah. The Smurfs
Hey.
Jewish people.
Whoa.
And they having their whole little community, and Gargamel and Azrael. Azrael is a demon. Gargamel is Hitler trying to destroy the Jewish people, the Smurfs. So I don't know the Smurf reference. I still don't know.
Yeah, I still don't. He hasn't made any sense. But all the things he's saying doesn't make any sense. Why he kept calling her, I forgot what he was calling now.
I think it's just the pure emotions that a man has when you're angry at a woman. She hurting him. He hurt her back.
Right.
Immaturity. You know what I'm saying? Like that's.
Yeah, but she ain't doing anything to him. He bombed first like he Tupac. Please, we bomb first when we ride. Please, reconsider before you die. We ain't even coming for the body tonight. Because it's my life or your life. And I'm a bomb first. That's what it is. He was sitting up there thinking, I gotta shoot first. Look at their head first bleeding. Don't want to hear no shit this evening. Believe it. That's what he did. And it was like, wow, you didn't have to do this. But now, like after Tupac said all that shit, them New York niggas knew. Oh yeah, he ain't gonna last. Yeah, all that shit he said. Like I didn't know because I'm a Southerner. I didn't know what they were talking about. But almost every New York nigga I knew said, "Oh no, that's not gonna work out for you, sir, because the things you just said." And if you listen to what this man is doing, he is forcefully making those women have to make a decision now.
That's exactly what he's doing.
I can't work with you. I can't be friends with you. I have to now designate you the enemy.
What you saying is heavy too. In that he might have could have just made a call and said,
yes,
tell my daughter to take that down.
Yes.
And it would have been nothing.
Yeah.
It would have been nothing after that.
And that's the sad part about it, that he did not take that route. But it goes back to what you said. A man would have taken that route. If you are not of a man and you don't see yourself as a man, or you don't handle your things as a leader, because I love the part where you said, well, there's nobody under him that he has to answer to. There's nobody that he's making look bad. It's just him.
Not meaning under him as an answer, meaning he don't have to consider or respect anybody, you know what I'm saying, that work with him. He don't have to respect nobody. Just him. Just him. Just, him by himself.
and that is the part that I think causes stuff like this. When you have a black man that has gotten to, and I hate to say this part of it, you have a black man that has gotten his head so big because the internet made his head big. Like you said, you could be a regular nigga, but if the internet tell you more than that, you might start acting in a way in which probably ain't the best way for you to act. Acting in a way which probably isn't conducive to whatever the mission you claim it is, because you done got caught up in the fanfare, in the, oh, these women like me when I used to didn't get women. I think that's one of the worst things that happen to a lot of men that are in leadership roles, so-called leadership roles. They get overwhelmed with shit they had never had in their life. This nigga never had a nice car, never ate a steak, never had anything. So he get caught up in the entrapments of being whatever it is he's supposed to be, instead of saying, my mission is my mission, regardless of what money comes in it, regardless of what TV show want me on. It's not about me. One of the things I respected about Malcolm X was he kept saying, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Every time they would try to get him to talk about himself, he would say, there's someone greater than me. This is not me. I'm not doing this. But now, the only thing with him is when he realized, in his mind, he said, I don't think it's going the way it's supposed to be going.
Himself up there.
Yeah. So But I'm listening to him, like you said, he has nobody to answer to. Who is he answering to? Who is he answering to, or who is he answering for? A leader of men, or being led by something greater than you? And he doesn't have to do it. You listen to how Jesus Christ did not take any of the credit for what he was doing. He gave it to someone.
Right.
And he also understood how I move is how they're going to judge everybody that moves with me.
Facts.
When have you seen that from Dr. Umar? When have you seen that thought in his head?
Never. But he wants you to believe he's that person. He wants you to believe that's who he is, but that's just not who he is.
Jeez.
And we got to accept that.
And let's go to I was going to talk about, and we throw it up here. This little boy, 7 years old, those 4 men killed him. But we're going to talk about how that relates to
this story, right?
This story right here.
Right.
And this is an article that you had sent me, and it is from Yahoo Entertainment.
Yep.
And Yahoo, I'm gonna give you this. You can put it. I'm gonna give you that right now. You can scroll that and read that for me. Put the camera on it.
All right, let me see. So now, what y'all looking at first? We're gonna look at the title. It says Jonathan Major says he's endured sexual abuse from both men and women since age 9. I was effed up. Like a lot of times when we think about child molestation, especially in the Black community, you always think from the little girl's position. And we don't realize how much young boys go through this at the same rate. Like child molestation don't have a gender. It just has opportunity from the predator. The predator don't say, well, this is a boy, so I'm not going to touch him. The predator says, if this boy lets me do it, I'm going to do it, because that's the demon that's on them. And the reason why I wanted to bring this out is because this plagues a lot of Black men these Black boys in the community. When you see these young men, they hostile, they're irrational, they're violent. If you were to sit those young men down, let's say you sat down in sets of 10, 7 out of those 10 boys are going to tell you that they was touched by a man or a woman against their will sexually. So I want to highlight, I'm going to scroll down so I can highlight the part that he says. This is a whole interview. Where we at? Watching now we can go. No, not that part. Wait, did I go too far? Let me see. I want to make sure I might have went down too far. Let me scroll up a little bit. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. There we go. Right here. It says Majors, whose father left when he was 8, said he recently told his mother about the abuse he endured. He said his mom, a pastor, reacted by apologizing for not being able to protect him. But you know what the mom did? Guaranteed. The mom put him in that environment. Put him in that environment by letting him be around that element. By thinking that, and you know, when I say the mom, it's not necessarily to blame per se, because he said he never told. But when you think about when that father leaves out the house, you know what the mother thinks? I'm going to just put him around anybody. And when you put him around family, at the surface level family, you think, oh, that's his uncle, that's his cousin. They supposed to be friends. They supposed to have love. The last thing you thinking is sexual deviancy. When you go into the history of child molestation, it's more than likely a relative, a pastor, or someone close. It's never a stranger. People think it's going to happen at the daycare center. People think it's going to happen at the school. No, it's going to happen at the family reunion.
The most comfortable place that child think is going to
happen at the babysitter's house.
Yes, it is.
You know how many babysitters touch their kids? I think Drake in a rhyme one time, Drake said when he was babysat, that woman had sex with him. So, and it's looked at as a cool thing because boys are over-sexualized. The over-sexualization of boys, and it's such a belittling thing. And even men. People think that men just want sex because they have a rod. He got a penis, he wants sex.
Little rod.
Yeah, little rod.
He's not gonna let that one go. I'm not gonna let that go.
I want to see if he says something above that right there. I just want to see if he says something above that. Here we go. This is the part I wanted to. It says, I dealt with sexual abuse from both men and women from the time I was 9. He's 35 now.
Jeez.
So that's 24 years. And then now he has the strength to actually talk about it. So for 24 years, he kept it to himself. His mother's just finding out about it. Now, as far as we know, he don't live the life of a homosexual. He's with Megan Good now. He was with a white woman. He learned that lesson. I bet he won't be with a white woman again. She chased him. Listen, thank the Lord he was a Creed, because he was working on a Creed. He was in physical condition to run. But then it says, from people who are supposed to look after you, which lets you know it's the babysitters. As his mama got to go work or do whatever, she ain't got daddy around, so she just put him with the aunts and the uncles. And he's molested by men and women. And a lot of times when we think about molestation, we only think about men doing it. Women do it too, if not more.
More, because they can get away with it.
Exactly.
They can get away with it. And let me say this, and then relatively, girl said, even Jesus was under John the Baptist. Think about what Jesus did. He lowered himself to let John the Baptist baptize.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a hell of a point.
He didn't sit up there and say, I'm better than you. Well, he said, no. Mm-hmm. There's an order of things. And when you look at an order of things, a lot of these situations happen when you hear him talk about there was no father, but his mother was there. Mother was a pastor. My mother's a pastor. I'm still going to say, when you got a woman leading the church, you got a church going nowhere.
Right.
The church shouldn't be that's not what should happen.
Perfect sense.
Yeah, I'm going to say this. And I think that's why people get mad at me, because I can tell the truth about myself and anybody else. I'm still going to tell the truth, because the truth going to stand whether I tell it or not.
Right.
It don't matter. So I might as well be a part of the telling it than be a part of the denying that it exists. You listen to him and all those men, and you brought up a brother earlier. I didn't know this about him. You said a Saucy Santana. And you said that he told the story of what happened to him.
I'm going to see if I can put it in Telegram. There's a video where he's telling his mother about how, in the book, he put how when she dropped him off at his cousins and stuff house, that they molested him. That's why when people say that whole I was born gay, nobody's born gay. You went through a traumatic experience, got no justice for it.
And you handled it.
The way you handled it or justified it, I was born this way. You're saying I was born this way because if you wasn't born that way, you got to deal with the trauma of the event. So you'll say I was born this way, so they did this to me because I liked it. You convince yourself that you liked what happened
as a child.
And a child can't think.
Nope.
No child can think for themselves.
And we know they can't consent.
Right. They cannot consent at all. I'm gonna see if I can find this video. I'll see if I
go
can
look for it. But just to finish talking about that what we're saying is we have a lot of issues. And the first picture that I put up that you guys might have taken a look at was a picture of a young boy, 7 years old, just like the 5-year-old girl who was shot by Lil Ronnie G. Not Lil Ronnie G's daughter, who was shot with him at a car wash. They shot this man and his daughter, killed him. Now, this is a 7-year-old shot and killed, and it all was a quote unquote mistake. But the mistake part is you got a lot of these men, and the youngest of the shooters was only 18 years old. What happens is you have these men who are going out of their way to prove how masculine they are by having to do these vile things, including the killing of children. Now, we got to ask what was going through this boy's mind. And a lot of these so-called black boys that you see who gangsters and thugs and real niggas, you said it earlier. You said what might they be acting out?
They might be acting out the trauma of being molested. And because that's the normal lash out. And it's for women too. We talk about men now, then women on them stripper poles and giving it up fast. Their value of sex and life itself is diminished because their life is taken. When you take a kid's sex like that, they don't value life no more.
Nope.
What concept of right and wrong do they even have? As a kid, we think kids know right from wrong. Kids, you have to learn. We as adults don't even be understanding what right is wrong, what from right from wrong. So you want this 7-year-old, he said it happened at 9. You want a 9-year-old to be able to determine what right is wrong when they're looking at the adults. They're submitting to the adults. This must be right because he's saying to do it. And they're admitting that. What is that? They're admitting that. And they're not supposed to. I sent it to Telegram with Saucy Santana, the one with Saucy Santana. I sent that to you. And so they're admitting that. And that's the foulness of this.
You got let me see.
I did that one. My family.
You read that one?
Yeah, I read
okay.
that one.
You got another one right there.
Shout out to Antisocial. Shout out to Captain Yacht. Hell of a Sabbath show. Appreciate that. Shout out to Ryan now with super chat donation. We appreciate that. Ryan now sent another one. I guess that last one wasn't good enough.
Yeah, that's right. She in the
appreciate
game. That tell me we saying some things is true.
Yeah.
But again, when I pointed out that, because I think one of the sad things is to see that young man right there, and then all those young men. Because if you look at it, that's what 5 lives thrown away. And we have so many of us brothers who are trying to validate. It goes back to, again, all this stuff is circular. It goes back to we don't have anybody that we're under, or that because the one thing about being under somebody is you cherish who's above you. Yeah. I hear the way y'all speak about y'all general. Right. Y'all say his name with reverence.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
If you don't have that as a man, that somewhere where you can look and see where you came from, a line of this is how I should act, this is how I got it, this is what I represent, then who the hell are you?
Exactly.
Think about how lost a lot of these brothers are. And again, so you're in this house and you're looking for love, because as kids, you want love and protection and validation. Well, someone came in your room at 5 years old and did that to you. You don't trust nobody.
You don't trust nobody. I mean, my oldest daughter used to be so joyful. Well, she still is joyful. That's how I gauged. Like, because I would raise her. I would tell her, I used to raise her, never let nobody tell you I'm going to be angry. I'm going to be mad. Don't let nobody touch you. Fight them, cuss them out. That's how I taught my daughter. I taught my daughter to fully defend herself. But let's say if everything that I taught her didn't work, I just paid attention to her attitude. Like, you got to, like, as a parent, you got to pay attention to that part. If your kid is happy-go-lucky all the time and then you see their whole mood swing, something happened. Nobody going to convince me ain't nothing happened. Something happened. If my daughter ain't happy and cheerful, my daughter to this day, man, I get mad sometimes because she act just like me. So she going to mock me like I mock her. She going to joke with me like I joke. She going to do all that. If that was to ever change, somebody did something to her, and I need to find out. Because you got to look at now, let's say if my child is laid back and then now all of a sudden they're a lash out. If I notice any type of change in my child's behavior, something happened. It might not be that they was touched, but something happened to a point where I need to investigate that. And parents are supposed to see that. So that means that mother was slacking on Jonathan Majors, how she raised him, and Saucy Santana's mother was slacking. You was paying more attention to your life instead of their life.
And why does no one talk about the fact that a lot of black boys go neglected and unprotected? We keep hearing that saying of, well, the black girls are they're not protected and all of that. But we never hear anybody talk about these black boys. Too many of us, because I'm one of them who had the story. Too many of us have a story where we were children getting messed with by adult females and being told that made you a man. I got told I was gay because I didn't enjoy at 10 years old a 25-year-old woman trying to give me head when all I wanted to do was play with the Transformers. At 10?
At 10. And you know where it's a woman's fault. You know what the women say when the man is out the house? Who's the man of the house when the woman get out?
Oh, yeah. You 8.
You the man of the house at 8. What the fuck does that even mean? How is an 8-year-old the man of the house?
My little man.
How is any teenager now the man of the house? You know what you turned your boy into? A boyfriend.
Turn him into this right here.
Yeah, you turn him into that
to them brothers
right there. To where now they got to read, okay, if I'm the man in the house, I'm going to be a man. And then what happens, like you said, them adults, they see you and they treat you like you the man.
Ooh.
And then when you don't, that's the crazy part, Tommy. You telling me that you were told you were gay because you didn't like it. Now that's even more oppression. Now you got to question your sexuality.
That's why I became a hoe. And I'm not even trying to be funny. I'm being dead ass. I became a hoe to try and convince these outside men. That's why I got to the point where I said, I can't convince nobody of anything. These people don't even know who they are. Right. But I thought that and there's a reason why a lot of young men believe fuck a bunch of bitches so they won't say I'm gay. And you brought something into my mind that I didn't even think about. What if they didn't get molested by a woman like I did? What if they got molested by a man?
Right.
They really are becoming hypersexual and hyper-violent.
Hyper-violent. You know why? Because and a lot of them that are hyper-violent don't take the violence out against the predator that did it to them. they're taking it out on everybody else.
But because you remember they can't. I was 8. This nigga was 40.
Right.
So I can't take it out on him.
Right.
But now I can take it out. Yeah, they gonna get it.
You're that uncle. You're everybody. So they lose the love because
for humanity.
You know how many times the kid, the young boy that's touched, if they go to the parents and then the parents protect the predator.
Uh-oh.
That's a whole nother level. Now I gotta look at this nigga every day. You gotta look at this cat. You gotta look at this person that you know molested you, and you gotta look at them every day because mama said so. I don't know too many scenarios for my black women. I don't know of many scenarios where the father knows that that child was touched and they okay with it. I don't know many scenarios of that.
Nope.
I don't know. I can't say it don't exist with 100% certainty, but I can say I've never heard of a situation where the father knew that that the daughter or son was touched by somebody and they did nothing about it. Yeah. But I know of 98% of them where it's a woman involved, they did nothing.
He hit it. That's why we got stories by Chris Rock talking about Uncle Touchy, and everybody in the audience understood that.
Yeah.
Why did everybody in the audience not say, I don't know what the fuck you talking about, nigga?
They laughed. When he said, you got that molester uncle, they said, oh, he would, Johnny, get him away from them kids.
Walk it off. Walk it off after he done did it.
After he done did it, walk it off. Why is it kill Johnny or get rid of Johnny? I can't say kill, but why can't it be get rid of Johnny? Get Johnny, separate Johnny from us. Because what you're telling a kid is you love Johnny more than me.
Ooh.
Yep. And we love the predator, and the predator creates that. That right there in that article that we're going to read, you go into their life. Kids don't wake up. Children are not born to be that.
No.
They're made into that.
Well, that's why I was going to do. I love doing the circular thing, coming back to it. Mm-hmm. What you said earlier was a lot of these women are savages.
Savages.
These boys came from that savage mentality that those women had, to where if you realized your mother didn't value you as a child, what do you make you think them boys going to value another little boy? They're not going to see it. Those savages, that savage behavior of those women saying that all these things matter more than you, we have lost brotherhood now. Yep. That's why they want us to be enemies with each other. Yep. And they see you and me, I was like, I'm Team Cap. I'm Team Tommy.
Right. right.
There's got to be only one.
TNT.
Right.
Why can't there be TNT? That's it.
Yeah, they can't. There can only be one. What is it? The Niggerlander, not the Highlander. The Niggerlander. There can only be one. And we can only win by cutting the nigga's head off. That's it. And I think that comes from their mother, because their father knows. The more guys I know that know how to do things, the easier it is for me to get things done.
You know how many times I hear stories where the mother say, I don't want to tell the father because the father going to go off. Let the father go off. That's what the father is there for. Big Mama, as strong as Big Mama was, you still had to have a father. Still had to have a man around to levy out the discipline. Big Mama does not stop anybody from doing their evil. Big Mama just nurtures you, consoles you, give you some. The father coming in, he don't play. The father coming in, he all about discipline. He ain't about.
I can't reach it.
He ain't about being liked. He ain't like a real father. I'm gonna tell you, me as a father, I don't care if my kids like me.
I'm not here to be liked.
Yeah, I'm not here to be liked because
that's not what I'm trying to do.
My reputation ain't gonna be based on whether I was liked or not as a father.
God, dog.
If my kid is out here buck wild, they're gonna say I'm a bad father. I would rather my kids hate me
my guts
and never be touched by anybody, live according to what God say, and do what is right. If they can do that and they be like, my father was mean, everybody's gonna look at, yeah, but your father kept you. Your father protected you. Your father did all that. Your father did exactly what he was supposed to do. Being a father is not the flashy job. Being a mother is the pretty job. If a mother does it right, a mother's job is such a glory if she does it right.
It's gonna be on the refrigerator when they 5.
Exactly.
It's gonna be.
The father wants it. The father of the father of the child of the mother, he wants her to have that. The mother is doing it right. no man, whether they're together or not, no man will get mad at a woman that's doing it right.
How many times you don't tell your kid, go do that for your mama?
Exactly. That's my point.
We don't wait on them to say, go do that for your daddy. We don't care.
It's damn near like we don't even expect it. When you get the shit, it's like, my son gave me my props and shit like that.
Right.
But when you see mama get it, because mama needs that. Mama needs that emotional gratification. She needs that. A man just want obedience.
I think our gratification is, we know you say, how many times, and I'm not even trying to be funny, y'all. I don't think this is a joke, but y'all can tell me if I'm being overly whatever the fuck. I've walked around the house, locked all the doors, and walked upstairs with my chest out because I locked all these doors, bitch.
Yeah, because you secured it. And you don't need to go to each house. Hey, baby girl, I locked the door.
You know I like the door, right?
You ain't gotta do that. But mama gonna do it. And that's the things that mama needs. And that's fine. So you all about propping up mama like that. As long as my kids is obedient, they ain't never got to tell me they love me. They ain't got to tell me thank you. They ain't got to say none of that. Just do what I say. Now, my kids do that, and I'm not against it, but I don't be a father to them for that. My job is to protect them. My wife's job is to nurture them. That's the balance. So as long as they doing the nurturing, I can just focus on being a disciplinarian. And so when I'm tough on them, they're not going to not love me because I'm being tough on them. They expect it. And then after I'm tough on them, I might come and joke with them a little bit and stuff like that. But I want to be known as the no-nonsense daddy.
That kept y'all safe and gave you the ability to be whatever you wanted to be. Yep. I cleared the way to where you could be what you wanted to be. I know I've done this in the house like 3 a.m. I go check on everybody, make sure everybody's sleeping well. I see them sleeping, checking everybody's room. I done check the door, get back in the bed. One of the things that make me feel most like a man is this little area right here on my shoulder where either my baby girl lay on it, I like when she go to sleep there, or my girl when she lay on it. That, to me, is all I need. I don't need you to tell me I'm handsome. I don't need you to tell me none of that shit. I realize I have provided. And I think that one of the things that men have lost is that idea of we have provided. But most men, the best feeling in the world is that he provided. And you can even go to men who have never been in a house where fathers were, who have never been in a house where there was order. But a lot of them thug niggas, what do they say? They selling drugs. They making all this money. Who they making it for?
A woman.
He ain't even doing it for himself. Mm-hmm. He want to be able to still provide. He don't even know that it's warped. But in his mind, he knows that one of the things that made him feel like a man is to be able to protect that household and provide. Mm-hmm. And I think it's innate in us. So when we look at situations like this, these young boys were looking for validation and they took another brother's life out. I got one more thing that I want to show y'all because we don't want to keep y'all too long. But I know you were talking about how a man feels when he feels like he's doing this protection and all this stuff. Well, I'm going to put something up here and ask you as a man who got daughters.
Okay.
How does this make you feel?
Every day that I clock into this job, I consider selling my pussy. Look at my fucking truck. Forgot to put the car in the cart. Look at my fucking truck. These are called totes. These are called overflows. The boxes that don't fit in a tote. I am in a Ford fucking minivan for soccer moms. What the fuck made you think we could fit all this shit in here, Amazon, Jeff Bezos, bitch? What the fuck? And then I just had a stop where I had to look for the overflow, but I think it's all the way at the bottom. So guess what? I'm just going to deliver it later. And then my DSP owner be mad when we be out here till 8, 9 o'clock. What are you mad at? Come get your old ass out here and do this. This is fucking ridiculous. Like, oh.
Look, approximately, I know she's had to be older than that because she's driving a truck, but she looked like she was about 16, 17. She reminded me of my own daughter. And to hear her foul mouth like that, Jeff Bezos, bitch, what the fuck?
Yo, like, the first thing she said was, seeing all these boxes makes her want to sell a box. I stole that from Tommy, by the way.
But just think about it. The first thought in your mind.
First thought in your head. You ain't say, You ain't say seeing all these boxes make me want to get a better job.
Hey,
a less working job. It say I want to lay on my back and get my back blown out.
And see, they think, and I think this might be where you and I agree. Another place. See, they think, well, these boxes moving, that's tough. And if I lay on my back, well, that ain't gonna be tough. And I tell you, oh no, lady. Is that gonna be an easy job? Let the ladies know, is that gonna be an easy job?
I tell you what, the shorty said it's crazy because once she starts selling her box and get pregnant, she gonna have to go back to Amazon to deliver more boxes.
Wow.
You know,
you're gonna be back where you started.
You're gonna be back. You're gonna be right. Well, now you gotta sit. Now you gotta put them boxes and ship them boxes and dry them boxes now.
Do she realize she's saying, I don't want to deliver these packages. I want a bunch of random different men to put their rod in my vagina, my rod in my mouth, nutting me, fondle my breast, flip me over, bounce me upside and down, call me all type of bitches and hoes and sluts.
Get diseases.
Get diseases every day.
And see, they have named everything that would happen for fucking with me.
This nigga's fucking.
All those things. They said every one of them, every one of those things.
But just think about, even if you say every one of those things happens with you, right? Because that's willing consent. It's that woman only having you do that to him. What she's saying is
several.
She wants several men every day. Every day is a different dick. 3 dicks a day, 7 days a week is 21.
3 different attitudes, and you know how we believe. Yeah. We believe what you take in, you taking the spirits of that man.
Right. And they slapping you, punching you, flipping you, don't give a fuck about you. That's just 3 men a day, 21 different dicks a day. That's what she's saying she wants. All because she got to lift some boxes.
And will claim that's an easier life. And I tell everybody, look, fucking me is going to be like fucking that man on 300. On 300, when that man told, what was his name? His wife.
His wife. It was what was the guy? Leonidas.
Leonidas. When he told Leonidas' wife that she gonna have to sleep with him in order to get him to go in front of the Senate and plead the case of her husband, and she said, "Okay, I'll do it." He said, "I just want you to understand, this is not gonna be easy. You are not gonna enjoy this. If I'm paying you to sleep with me, that man ain't trying to make love to you. He trying to make all his fucked up, warped dreams come true for that moment he's with you.
Because you're the whore.
Yes.
He's not going to do that with his wife, but with you, he face fucking you. Oh, he doing all type of savagery.
Yes.
All of that. And she don't even really, and then 6 months from now, after she decided to take on that life, them boxes in the Amazon going to look a lot better.
They gonna look better than her box.
A ton of regret.
Now, and them boxes gonna look better than us.
Imagine the cats that don't want to pay her.
Oh, you right. What about the niggas the SAs, the sexual assaults?
The sexual assaults because if she ain't got a pimp and she out there by herself just selling box, imagine them that don't want to pay. What you gonna do? Then she go get a pimp. Now he pimping out. Now she can never leave. Like, do y'all realize what that means? Like, I don't even think she realized what selling your box comes with.
But somebody sold her that was an easy life. Yeah. And who told her that was an easy life? Sexy Red, Glorilla, Meg Thee Stallion. All these people have convinced our daughters that whoredom is better than being a wife. Whoredom is better than, again, they're supposed to be. Why didn't she say, well, what I'm going to do is go get more education since this job at my education level ain't paying what I would like. Right. Instead, she said laying on my back
was better.
And it's one of these things that, again, the circular argument here is I got to put it out there. And I know we were talking about the men. I think it's the lack of a father, because if she had a father, one great thing about my daughter is, I will say this, if she fuck any of y'all little niggas, it's going to be because she horny, not because she broke. You hear me? If my daughter suck your dick, it's going to be not because she need her phone bill paid. It ain't going to be because her insurance is due.
Right.
Because she got this thing called a father. Mm. And imagine what happens to our daughters, because our daughters know I don't have to suck a dick to get an iPhone. But your daughter thinks she have to.
Yeah, because That woman in that video is thinking selling box to make a living. So she's not doing that for no pleasure, no relationship. It's purely business at that point.
Transaction.
When I've done that job, that job is not that deep.
It really ain't.
It ain't. You just
wait a minute. Hopefully you talking about the Amazon job.
The Amazon
job. Okay.
Get sewing seat off the camera. This nigga done ran off the camera. He done ran off.
I just wanted to make sure because I didn't want nobody to sit up there and be like, what?
Not the selling profession. The Amazon profession. That's right.
I just wanted to make sure. Oh,
boy, it's stupid.
No,
the Amazon profession.
Okay. You got to clarify. You know, it's the internet. You got yeah, they be the fuck around, cut that out.
Yeah. Cap said he was selling. He was like that, man. No, not that.
Oh,
so no, not that. But I just think it's a lack of parenting. It's a lack of teaching. And for parents, what you gotta realize is you battling them Glorrillas, you battling the sexy reds. Like my parents battle, and that ain't nothing new. Like parents, what y'all going through in this generation is no different than in our generation when hip hop is coming out and our parents is listening to the hip hop and saying it's not like that. So you're always gonna battle the elements of the outside world and the outside influence. It's your job to make sure that your children are armed up to defeat those outside world, to defeat the outside influence, to not succumb, to get the lessons that you can learn in it. But if you're not providing valuable protection for it,
amen,
you'll have a daughter that says, I should go to selling pussy instead of working at Amazon.
To think about it, isn't that one of the things that made Lawrence Fishburne's situation so sad?
Oh, that was sad.
Because he was like, I put you in a position where you didn't have to do this.
Yep.
And you decided, fuck you.
I'll be wondering what happened with that made her.
Oh, that was lashing out. You know, sometimes the sad part about your children, sometimes they're going to lash out. Mm-hmm. And Dr. Umar Johnson's situation. Sometimes the kids gonna lash out.
Or it could be the fact that he put her in position, you know, financially, not the one for nothing, but then instill those moral principles in her that every daughter needs, which is why child support, like what we talk about with the other previous stories, really isn't how a man only has to be. Like, that's not providing for a woman or his child.
It ain't the end all be all.
Morals in her. So what happened to Lawrence Fishburne daughter? He had the support. He had the, you know, the waist deep. He had the matrix. He had all that money in the pocket for her to be able to, you know, experience certain things that, you know, most black women can't. But that's not what a young daughter needs. The scriptures say, bow her neck when she's young. That's what he forgot to do.
Well, the problem was she started bowing her neck when she was old.
Jesus Christ.
And the niggas on them videos was waist deep.
Nice.
You set it up.
I did. So lucky.
You set it up. But no, and I want to thank I can't even see it. TM Riley, I think that's what that says.
No.
Does that say Riley?
Yeah, TM Riley. Yeah, 0507. TM Riley.
It said the TNT Rundown is my favorite show. Great job, men. And also we got says, thank you, man. It says, how much would it be to do a show to interview Cap? Oh, Cap, there you go.
How much would
he want to know from you? He want to know how much it would take to get you to do that.
Just hit me up, Jerome Biggums. You can follow me if you hit me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook at Tazaryak. You can hit me up and we can work that up, and I'll let you know how much.
I'm proud of this stuff.
Yeah, man.
People from your side talking directly to me.
Definitely.
People from my side talking.
Yeah. And they would have, and people thought that this wasn't going to happen. You know, this was
supposed to end 6. I was about to say it was supposed to end 6 months ago, 6-7 months ago. It's supposed to be it.
Yep. February was a year.
We supposed to been talking shit about each other by now, cussing each other out.
Fuck that nigga Tommy. That's what we supposed to do. And after the first one, the shit went so well. They said we got to do more.
God.
And when I don't, let me tell you, when I do my car chronicles, if everybody say, when you gonna do something with time? If I don't do something with you, they be like, hey man, is there something wrong with y'all? So now
they ask me the same thing.
Yeah, so I don't get them as much no more because people understand you have a life, I have a life. So it's just scheduling. But now they really look forward to the TNT show because it's good to get both sides. So they need your side and my side, giving both perspectives. And I think this gives people, I think, a different lens into you because, like I said, by default, it's like they just want to hate you. But I just don't know sometimes what it is extremely to hate. Even if you have a difference of opinion, I have yet to hear Tommy say something that said, man, I hate that nigga for that shit. I have yet to hear it. I can hear something that say, I disagree, but we can disagree.
Because we men.
Right. But the hate part, I don't get that part.
Well, I think you oversimplify. And I think what we're actually exposing is that a lot of people, a lot of brothers, a lot of black men actually want camaraderie, but people keep telling them camaraderie is gay.
Right.
And that's a woman thing. Women will tell you anytime you support a man, again, like I said, you riding his dick, you sucking his dick. They will use these phrases that go back to the same thing that happened to Jonathan Majors. So what they're doing is actually they accept that black men have been through trauma. They're trying to bring that trauma back up to get you to follow their direction.
Right.
Think about
they
it.
would rather us be at odds to be what they created as black men instead of us erasing that creation.
Yes.
And bringing you what real black men are. Real black men are men that can have conversations, sit down at the table, and give y'all something. Yeah, like what y'all saying with Tazariak and Tommy, and I normally don't talk about myself in third person, so don't say nothing about it. But what y'all seeing with Tazariak and Tommy or TNT is something that y'all rarely see. Two people from different backgrounds that for over a year have had consistent conversations on various topics and have remained the best of friends through it all. You don't see no indifference.
Two people got their own shit.
Yeah, got their own shit. When TNT is not TNT, Tommy is doing his thing his way. I'm doing my thing my way. And then we still come together. And even when he's doing Tommy and I'm doing my thing, you don't hear us say nothing slick where when we get together, we got to make a man.
You got shit. I heard you say it.
Man, I meant it. You ain't heard none of that. You ain't heard an ill word out of my mouth or Tommy's mouth. And that's what separates us from any other collaboration of indifference people. You ain't seeing that. And you won't see it.
You won't. Because they will never try to push it. And let me explain to y'all what this would mean. That's why a lot of women won't push it. If you got brothers who feel like they brothers, the one thing, or in general, I am not trying to do is fuck my brother's girl or fuck my brother's business up or fuck my brother. I'm not trying to do that. The closer we are, the harder it is for women to come in between it.
Yeah.
That's why they want brothers separated. It's the same thing of what happens when you see like these men who are molesting the Jonathan Majors and the Saucy Santanas. They need them separated from their families.
Yep.
They need them to not get along with their family. They need them to not communicate with the people that can actually help them.
Yep. So that they can do what they want to do.
Yes.
And you have to separate them. And that don't even just be with men. Women, when somebody is trying to separate you from your man, be careful of that. When you with your man and y'all all happy and cool and shit like that, and then somebody come in your ear, usually your best girlfriend, come in your ear saying, why are you listening to that? Why are you doing that? We should do this or we should do that. Or your pastor or whoever is trying to separate you, you got to mark that person.
Well, I want to say something. I don't technically agree with what he just said because that's something I'll do. I don't mean nothing bad by it. I'm not trying to get you away from your family, but I will come in your ear. Ladies and gentlemen, there's nothing wrong with doing. I'm not gonna let you sit up here and talk bad about that. That is sometimes it is a good.
Definitely the type of coming he talking about is not what I'm talking about. Don't listen to this nigga.
Come in your ear. Don't let this man try to tell you that's evil. No, it ain't. That I'm not gonna let that say. Napoleon put 20 on it and said, as a husband and a father, I don't want a thank you for anything that I do in return.
Just keep the unnecessary drama out of my house. That's it.
Ooh.
That's what fathers want. Like fathers just want the less drama, like, because the burden of the house is on us. That's the burden. So the more non-drama we can have, the better. That's what we want.
Got another screen. Mike says, she also, there's $5 for Cap. It says she also, y'all, I'm not retarded. I just have bad eyesight. She also saying she doesn't respect herself, talking about the young lady who says she's trying to sell box. And $5 says the mom tries to be the friend and I can't see what his name is, but it says the mom tries to be the friend and we're always the bad guy. My daughter now understands as adults and raise their kids how I raised them.
And see how we started with saying my mom tries to be the friend?
Mm-hmm.
We ain't your fucking friends, man. Your friends are your age. I'll tell you.
Your friends are your age.
Friends are your age. I'm cool with my kids and stuff like that, but when it's go time and discipline time, all that friend shit go out the door.
I'm still in that one. Your friends are your age.
Yeah, your friends your age. I'm your father.
God, dog.
And your mother is a mother. And mother's always trying. Now, let me take it to another level.
Your age.
Yeah. Listen, Mike Epps said this shit in comedy, but it's so true. I'm going to tell you, mothers and daughters, mothers hate on their daughters.
I've been saying it.
Mothers hate on their daughters. Mothers look at their daughters like
it's competition.
That was me. I was looking like that.
Yes.
My breast was perky like that. My face used to look like that. My this used to look like that. And you'll create an unnecessary competition. Like mothers got to understand that. You want to say something, Kai?
Well, one thing I would say is that it's like a subconscious jealousy in that, you know,
right.
even with the man. I mean, what you saying, Cap, is so heavy in that sometimes that's why the woman put the man who molested the daughter over the daughter.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like everything always come full circle when it deals with the conditions of our people, man. Everything does. You know what I mean? And what you're saying is so right, Cap, meaning it's like, you know, it's like they don't mean to hate it, but it's just the natural thing women do. So that's why when a daughter do get old enough, she should leave that house and go be with her own man and build her own family, because women naturally just compete constantly. That's just what they do. And if a woman is so absorbed with herself and doesn't have a man to be able to, you know, guide both of them, then it will turn into, you know, these sisters you see out here online and the bickering you see mothers do with their daughters. And once again, like the boyfriend come in, she put him over the daughter. You understand? Allow things for him to do. All those type of atrocities, man. So the man is what's needed in the home, bottom line.
Well, because of what you just did right there. We will do something that's uncomfortable. Men will tell the uncomfortable truth. Women will not. Women will sit up there and tell their friend who walking out the house shouldn't be wearing that outfit. They will tell their friend, girl, you look good. We'll tell a nigga, you can't go out with us with that on. At my line, we'll tell our own, but no, bro, you can't wear. And it ain't that we hate, and we understand that we are a group and we represent something. Mm-hmm. You can't walk out here looking like that.
No, you can't.
Women will let their girlfriend walk out looking like that and then go tell the new people they meet, yeah, we don't do that bitch dressed like this. We don't do that. So now you brought this girl out here to hate on her.
That's it.
We don't bring each other out there. It'd be teamwork. We be like the starting five of the Bulls. Do we not? When men go out, we trying to be like the starting five of the Bulls.
We want everybody to look fly. Women want the one woman out of five, she want to look fly. Everybody else look busted so she can get all the attention.
That's right. So when we're talking about situations like this, ladies and gentlemen, we're not trying to make Dr. Umar Johnson look bad. No, we're not trying to make that young girl who made that video look bad. We're not even trying to make the brothers who shot the young man. We're not trying to say that they're bad people. All of these things come from something. Something contributed to this behavior. Something contributed to all of these things. And why can't we bring up order being the opposite, the thing that can stop this from happening, an opposite and an order.
But if I may just add to what you're saying, in that every story that you brought out, you know what I mean? Shout out to both of y'all, man. It's been an excellent show, man. Captain Nazar, y'all, Tommy, man, TNT. It's always a pleasure being here with y'all. You understand? But everything you brought out, it has like a spirit. It has an image.
Right.
Dr. Umar, he got an image. That's why he got to protect it. The basketball player, he got an image. And our people look at those images and try to emulate it. And no, because those are not the right image, we have to destroy it. You have to destroy the image of what is being promoted out here in the society, man. All over social media. So that's all I wanted to say.
I like that, because we wouldn't be doing our job as men.
As men, that's right.
If we're not going to say, hey, I don't hate this person, but I hate what this person is doing.
Right.
If I don't tell my people, again, people kept asking me, this is one of the things I really hate. You know you fuck Glorilla. You know you fuck Meg Thee Stallion. One, what is wrong with you, black man, that you wondering where would I put my penis?
Right.
If I would sleep with this woman, is this somehow validation for you watching her video?
Yeah, and the crazy part about it is the physical connection. You know, a black man is physically connected to a lot of different women.
Thank you.
That's all that they're saying.
Jesus.
Our issue with Glorilla and Meg Thee Stallion is not their physical attraction. It's how they present that physical attraction to the masses. When Kamala Harris was running for presidency, Meg Thee Stallion presented her physical attraction as twerking. So what she's telling the people is that I want y'all to twerk.
God.
I want y'all to twerk. I want y'all to be just like me. I don't want that representation. When you can get a woman that has a body like Megan Thee Stallion, but she's not out there promoting to twerk. So when you say you would F Meg Thee Stallion, what you're saying, you would F somebody that has the body of Meg Thee Stallion. You're not saying that you'll F somebody that has the mind of Meg Thee Stallion, because we don't know her damn mind.
And if I may, with such the disadvantage that they do to themselves, in that, like, I'll use Glorilla. If you ever heard Glorilla talk about her upbringings as a child, like, she came up rough. A bunch of kids in a single family home. She was homeschooled at first. She didn't go to the school till she was in the 5th grade. And, you know, the poverty she suffered, you know what I'm saying? She worked 2 jobs while she was rapping. That never gets put to the forefront of their career. You know what I'm saying? Once they reach a certain point, it's always to over-sexualize our sisters, and that's what gets promoted the most. Now she's talking about how much she do this to a man, and how much she curve this man and go be with this other nigga and all this and all that. But it's never, she went through all that and she endured the poverty in Memphis, and now she's a rapper now, and this still don't have to, you know, disclose all her body parts and all that. That never get put to the forefront. And I think that's, you know, I know definitely what, you know, we address in the Eyes Should Be K. Like, you know what I'm saying? Our sisters, man, the best women in the world, man. You birth prophets. You understand? Birth prophets and men of the Lord. And then the white man just, you know, he come and seduce you with the money and the fame. And then now your story just has to be overshadowed by how big your butt is and how much it's shaped. You know,
and that's the part that bothers me the most. I kept telling them, yes, I'm physically attracted to probably almost all those black women I talk shit about.
Mm-hmm.
Which should let you know I mean the shit I say, because I can overlook my physical attraction to tell you the right from wrong.
Right.
Because in general, like, when men got money, women can't tell you anything right, wrong about that man. Because once you got money, and men realize it, Umar realized it. Once I got money and status, I'm no longer wrong. It takes a strong person to walk up to that person, just like the emperor's new clothes. When it took a kid to walk up to the emperor and tell him he was naked, because everybody else was afraid to tell the emperor, because of his power and money, that he walking his ass out there naked. Right. It took a child to say that to him. And a lot of times it takes somebody like me who's saying, just because I would sleep with this woman, that's not the right thing to do as a man and as a leader.
I want to address, I seen a little comment over here. It said that they not being sexualized, they sexualizing themselves. This is what we mean by this, or what I mean, since I brought it up, meaning being.
What the comment say?
They said, then I said,
is that one?
Is the comment said, they're not being sexualized, they're sexualizing themselves. They're sexualizing themselves because that's the status quo. To be overly sexual, yes, to be successful.
Before you finish, right?
Salaki.
We made a statement to say that black men to stop being whores. Black women to stop being whores if we stop loving whores. So when you bring up that point, the reason why they're acting that way is because they believe that's what we want.
Exactly.
You got the floor.
No, what you're saying is absolutely true. The water, but they over-sexualize themselves because you understand. Oh, excuse me, they don't over-sexualize themselves. They are being over-sexualized because that's how they'll maintain their success. Meaning, if it was the status quo for a black woman to go through those hardships and to rap a 16 bars with a long black dress, like they're gonna do at the old black party. You understand what I'm saying?
They be doing it because that's what a check is.
Because that's the status quo. And it used to be like me and Kat was talking about this, like the 90s era when sisters would wear the big jerseys with the braids, you know what I'm saying? It was tomboys, but they were still feminine. They sing about how much they love men and how they want to seduce them. Right. That was the status quo. You rarely seen a lot of those R&B back then. Just the whole song is just them turning around and bending over.
We never thought Lauryn Hill
was actually a choreographed dance.
Think about it. We never thought Lauryn Hill was not a woman, was not attractive, and was not intelligent. We never thought that Erykah Badu was not a woman, was not, and this was before her ass got big. Her ass didn't get big until she had you know how many young girls I've had to tell to them, you like Erykah Badu's body today. She didn't have that at 20. She used to get made fun of because of how small she was.
She started to do what keeps her relevant. Back when Erykah Badu came out, it was the status quo for her to be, hair wrapped up, singing. But now that she's not relevant, she got to show her ass every now and then.
And then I'm turning her daughter to do it. Did a video, but do a photo of her and her daughter showing how nice their ass is. How far has that woman came, or better yet, how far has she fallen?
And where's her music at? Like, where's Erykah Badu's music now? Now, all you know Erykah Badu is for saying something provocative, showing her ass, or selling some cologne and say it smells like my pussy.
Last year, she said for all the women to cheat on their man that's watching the Super Bowl.
Exactly.
In the 90s, she wasn't on that.
Say that again?
In last year's Super Bowl, she called me an asshole for making a content about her. She made a video where she said, for all you ladies out there, your man watching Super Bowl, go get you another man while he watching the Super Bowl.
That's what she did to all them niggas that she was with, because she tore Common up. She messed up Andre 3000 head. Who else?
What's the cat? I forget his name. He had the song with Just Blaze. I can't remember his name, but
God, I can't believe y'all saying she said that. I missed that.
She said that. She told women to go cheat on their man while he watching the Super Bowl.
Glorilla was saying in one of her songs, have your man be friends with the other nigga you fucking.
Crazy work.
Why did we fall that fucking far? No, we don't. We
Anita Baker was like, Anita Baker was different. Stephanie Mills different. Stephanie Mills was like my first crush.
Oh, I did like her, all her forehead.
Yeah, I like her forehead.
She was sexy. She was sexy. I don't know what it was about Stephanie. She was sharp, fine. But if you think about all those women love being a woman. Stephanie Mills said you putting a rush on her. I was like, but I mean, come on, but I want it. I mean, this rush should be happening. But these women like being women. I don't think our women like being women, because if you listen to them, I'm gonna end it here with what I gotta say. I'm gonna end it here with this. These women don't like being women. That's why they speak like men. They tell you to suck their dick.
Yeah.
They tell you, I heard a woman say she smashed the homies.
Smashed them. Women
What?
Talk like that, like smashing the homie, man.
No, I tell you, even when I was coming up, it was like, back where I'm from, you know what I'm saying, we used to they call them 304s now. We used to call them rollers. You know what I'm saying? So if you got a group of girls and one of them a roller, they'll stop hanging with her because nobody wanted to hang with a broad that was a roller.
Birds of a feather.
You know what I'm saying? Or 304 was a hoe. Women didn't want to be associated with hoes. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you rolling with a hoe, you's a hoe. You know what I'm saying? So that's how much the dynamic has changed now, and that everybody really, potentially do it. Even these Amazon workers out here dropping your packages off.
Hey, they making it what niggas is like now when the Amazon workers come to drop your package out, you come out there and proposition them. Yeah. Think about it. Why would you not? If you know that's what they own?
Yeah, I got this $100 right here.
Yeah. You can come in here. I mean, hey, you can drop this package off. Let me drop this dick off and we could be good. And she'll probably, and I'm telling y'all, I guarantee you that's something that's probably a thing. We old and we don't know it. I guarantee you that's a thing.
Yeah.
I promise you. I guarantee
Right.
Uber drivers is a thing. I bet you niggas is fucking Uber
I had
drivers.
a sister tell me one time she was Ubering and got propositioned by a man and a woman at the same time.
I mean, she didn't have to tell what me and my girl were doing that day, but that's, I mean. But I mean, I guarantee you that's a thing with them. I guarantee you the Instacart motherfuckers. If you hear a young girl, and that's what made this most sad to me, how young this girl was. The first thought in her mind was, and then to refer to her own vagina, her own honey pot as a pussy. Like a nigga. That's a nigga word that's talking to other niggas. We talking to other niggas at the barbershop. We say pussy. You should not be saying this ever in your life, lady. But for you to say it for the world to see, for world consumption, I think that we may have gone past the event horizon. I'm gonna let y'all have the last word.
I'm gonna let that sizzle in your spirit. And all I'm gonna do is just say, man, welcome to the TNT show. Whenever me and Tommy get together, I think y'all get the best education from the best of both worlds. What you always find out is that Tommy has a spirituality that usually gets unlocked when we're together. Our views are pretty much the same on how we want our children raised, on how we want a man to be a man. And I don't think you can put a price on that. So I'll try. I think the only thing we'll promise y'all is we'll try to be more consistent.
Yeah.
I think we've done 2 of these in 2 weeks. That's consistency. So maybe we'll do one next week. We'll do one a week after, stuff like that. We'll just make sure we be more consistent with hot topics. Make sure y'all hit us up. Like a lot of times I always tell people, like, y'all should contact us. Y'all should be in our Twitter messages, our Instagram messages, Facebook messages. You should be in all of our messages and saying, hey, you and Tazaryak should talk about this. There should be subjects that y'all want to get our position on specifically. Like him and I go live daily. Like when I follow you, so I see your Rumble lives, I see your Twitter lives. So he going live sometimes 3 or 4 times. I go, God damn, Tommy going live again? Like Tommy is on it. I do it live like once a day. Tommy like 3 or 4 times.
I'm about to say, but you more consistent than me because I sit up and watch yours on days I don't even go live. I've sit up there and watch you.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Now, what y'all seeing too is the support that we have for each other. So there's a built-in camaraderie. So y'all should contact us so that we can stay consistent doing these type of events. Tommy gonna be at our all-black party April 11th.
Yes, sir.
He gonna pull up in the Ferrari. What I said Ferrari.
It looked like one.
It looked like
but it ain't. It ain't.
But he got that banging ass Corvette. So
There you
Tommy
go.
gonna be out there with us at the all-black party. And pay attention to 2 things, not just him coming up. When he goes back, I want y'all to watch his live when he comes back to report on the all-black party and talk about the brotherhood that he's going to see, the event, the love that he's going to get, the pictures that he's going to take. Because I want Tommy to see. Tommy, I don't know if you've been around major events like when you came to that Sinetta's event, right, which didn't turn out well.
No.
And I think that affected Tommy's, whether subconsciously or consciously, like, I ain't fucking with them niggas no more. But I want y'all to pay attention to when he leaves this all-black party and he does his next live, I want y'all to focus on how he's going to talk about his experience with the ISUPK and the brotherhood that we display. I'm a pure representation of that organization. And Tommy is just going to see a exemplification of, if that's a word, of that brotherhood. So again, I appreciate you as always bringing me to your home. It's a beautiful thing. And TNT will rock out until Christ return in my book. So that's my last words.
Hey, man, listen, man, it's been a pleasure, man. Excellent interview, y'all, man. TNT, man, make sure y'all always tap in. I'm going to just reiterate, man, ISUPK, April 11th. If you in the Atlanta area, man, it's going to be at the Atrium. April 11th at the Atrium. We rocking out from 8 p.m. all the way to 2 a.m., man. We got a special guest, man. We got Pastor Troy going to be in the building. You understand? A down south ATL legend. You understand what I'm saying? China Monet, they going to be in the building, man. It's going to be big. Commander Junior Hunter doing it big. You understand? 56th annual Passover, ISUPK. Let's get it, man.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave y'all with, I have a good, this is a great, we did that bottle something dirty. We did that bottle dirty.
Listen, This ain't white. This started with a full bottle.
We did it pretty dirty.
I'm gonna pour me more before I leave. This started out a full bottle.
I'm gonna take this last little shot right here and knock this on out, ladies and gentlemen. And I really do want to thank every one of y'all for entertaining us, because without y'all, we would be whistling in the wind. So the fact that y'all are here, and then many of y'all showing support, like my man John Baker, who said great show. Both of y'all, you guys did not have to do that. Y'all don't have to do what y'all do. Y'all look at right here. Look at Mike. It says, fellas, that handshake was a little soft looking. God, dog.
God damn, we gotta do a little better.
He gave $5 just to tell us that handshake looks soft. Look, I'm going under the mic.
Yeah, it's sitting in front of us.
Yes, man. Come on, bro. Damn. And that's one of your people up there. God, dog. They need a proper handshake before we fucking leave.
Something real.
Yes, God, dog. Y'all niggas is limp wrists. Oh my God. Anyway, I appreciate you got Major Nichols out there through $4.99.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate the super chat.
That is all right. I hate that I can't put mine up there, y'all. We can't put ours up there because it's not integrated, I guess, just yet. They'll integrate it better.
Does it.
Yeah, they'll integrate it better, but I love that.
Yeah, I wish they did.
Yeah, so I really appreciate everything that y'all do. And I really want to say this. I don't think that any of y'all on Cap's side may have given me a chance if it wasn't for Cap saying, give a brother a chance.
That's it.
And I want to put this all on all y'all heart. It's a lot of people in y'all life that might get a chance if you just vouch for them.
That's right.
Simple thing.
All it takes. Give a brother a shot.
It don't even cost no money to vouch for a nigga.
Especially a black man. Black men need a shot. We the ones that's not giving a shot in America. That's what I love about ISBK. I don't know what I'd be doing without ISBK. I'd be somewhere doing some monstrous shit if it wasn't for the ISBK.
You'd have hired that Amazon driver.
I might have. Seems like she's selling it. I got Amazon Prime. If I wasn't, now the truth make me say, man, fuck that girl. I got other wives. But the important part is giving a black man a chance, because the earth says a black man ain't shit. The earth says we are nothing. We the problem. We're the issue. We're the detriment. And then you give a brother a shot, and then you say, damn, look how glorious he is.
Yes.
When you give the Bible says, I will make a black man more precious than fine gold. That's Isaiah, the 13th chapter. When it says more precious than fine gold, to purify gold, you got to put gold in the fire. So let's say if you're digging in the ground or digging in the dirt, you pull up this nugget of gold. You put it in the fire to burn off all the impurities. Once the impurities are burned off, now you see the value of that gold, if it's truly a pound or if it's less. And that's what the black man is. When you burn off the impurities, that child molestation that we're talking about, the horrible mama that raised us, and the not be growing up without a father, and then you burn off the impurities, what's left of that black man is the purest thing that a black woman could ever find. Period.
And it goes back to when you're talking about giving somebody a chance, an opportunity. If you look at what a lot of brothers are going through in life, it's because no one really gave them a shot. That's sort of it. Just one of my favorite movies, and I don't know if y'all have ever seen it. Trading Places.
Yes, I love that movie.
Eddie Murphy was a scam artist. Mm-hmm. He was a cheater. He was a liar. What happened when they gave him a chance, though?
He started rocking that shit. Took over Wall Street.
Took over.
Knew the stocks and bonds.
Better than white folk.
They work. I wouldn't even sell right now.
Yeah.
Started rocking it with no experience. But they just gave the nigga a shot and rocked the shit.
And that's why I love that movie as a child. I love it as an adult. Because all he was given was a chance. And you see how fucked up the one white boy was like, well, I think we should keep him. He's like, a nigger? We can't keep this nigger here.
Because they wanted him to fail.
It was set up for him to fail. And instead, that opportunity he was given to the point of where he realized a lot of his friends that he thought was his friends
Wasn't his friend.
wasn't his friend. They're bad influence. Y'all got to get the fuck out. Because y'all don't appreciate what I have. And the white man told him, he said, aren't those your friends? And he said, they my friends. These niggas are freeloaders. Even my cat agreed. Them niggas, they're not your friend. They are freeloaders.
Yep.
And that is one of the hardest things that brothers, when Isaiah Washington and I had this guy on the show the other night, had these people on the show, and they were mad at us when we were saying, sometimes you got to cut these people off.
Cut them off. Especially when they come around. You think about it, they only came around Eddie not because of his intelligence, but because he had an opportunity that they could take advantage of. So they can get drunk, they can party, they can do all of that. And that's what you have to realize too. They're only friends that are friends for an opportunity.
Yeah.
The friend that is a real friend is whether there's an opportunity or not, they're the same.
Yeah.
In the Bible too. That's from Trading Places.
Do you remember that big man kept saying? Yeah.
Said you had a limousine driver.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you go outside and look at that, they went outside to the bar, saw the limousine driver. And then afterwards, they was drunk at his house because now there's a benefit. And what was the benefit? Getting drunk and dealing with them. But they didn't love him
at all.
They loved what he had. That was the whole, show us that limo.
Yeah.
Show us the house. Yeah.
You said you had some bad bitches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he had them all drunk out there. I was going to say something crazy. They had a woman out there with the littlest breasts in the world, showing her little breasts in the damn Trading Places.
Yeah.
But that's indicative. Clothes come off for money.
All those women thought
that money, them clothes don't come off.
All those women thought he was something. I still remember Tupac. I'm going to end it, but I still remember when Tupac said, 2 weeks before my album dropped, I was the loneliest motherfucker in the club. He said all the girls thought he was ugly. He said a week after the album dropped, he went back to that same club and he was the most sexiest man in the club. Mm-hmm. He said, what changed? How many of y'all men have had to ask in your life what Dr. Umar won't ask? What changed?
That's right.
He was never no Papa Smurf, no King Kong, none of that stupid shit he was until he became who he is. Because if he was, he'd have been one of them women. He'd have been one of them women.
He kept one of them.
Who were you before you got the money? Who were you before you got the fame? Who were you before you got the name? That's who you were.
That's who you were.
And when you lose it, guess who you gonna turn back into?
That same person.
Got to. We out.
We appreciate y'all. Welcome to another Fire TNT show. Stay tuned for the next one.
Peace.
Y'all just get out of nigga. Oh, God.
Yo! Chris said it's a truck.